What is good, everybody? How's it going? This is Wi-Fi Willie's 420 Football Talk. How you doing, everybody? Freaking Mike Castle. Willie, with your face in the smoke and the thumbnail, you look like you're plotting on me. Should I be worried? I might be plotting on you, bro. Get worried. Shout out to everybody here. We're going to have some fun tonight, dude. Raid the Tape's going to join us a little bit later. And we're going to smoke some herb and obviously talk about football. No doubt about it. Rush, man, just saw you earlier on the other video, man. AB, what's going on with our guy AB, man? Can somebody tell me? 303 Raider. Love your show. Always laid back. Hell yeah, laid back, bro. And I got this. Let's hope I don't flip out, though. Sometimes I flip out. I smoke herb a lot, but I still don't have the tolerance. You know what I mean? Here, let's see. Let's see what we can do here. It's actually not that nice of a nug. Maybe I got a little ripped off. What do you guys think? You guys think I got ripped off? It doesn't look as cool as I thought it'd look. All right, anyways. Well, hopefully it's good. Rip the bong. Aunt Sick Soldier. We're going to do that, man. Smoking some herb. I don't know what kind this is, but, man. Good deal from one of my homies. I don't want to say his name, but maybe if he pops in, I'll do a shout out for him. Mean Fan, what up, bro? What up? Hell yeah. Saw you on the freaking Madden live stream. That shit was hella fun. I took that stuff down, though, because I think that's going to mess me up in the algorithm if I keep all my Madden videos up. Because ain't nobody going to watch a freaking 2-hour Madden stream besides real ass motherfuckers like you guys. So shout out to you guys for freaking coming through, because that was hella fun yesterday. I lost twice, but I won once. So remember that one win. And that's the thing, man. Raiders suck on Madden when you don't have Ruggs. I forgot how big of an impact that guy was. AB is going to meet a couple large NFL associates tonight. Oh, shit. Who knows what that means? It does smell nice. There is some cat hair on some of this. I do have cats. I think that kind of screwed some of this up. Smoke 27/7. You're creating extra hours in the world from smoking? So what do you guys think, man? We have a new receiver with Tyron Johnson. People are high on him. I'm not going to get high or talk about... I'm going to get high, but I'm not going to get high on Tyron Johnson until he's signed to the actual 53-man roster. That's first of all. Cleaned up. Got this freaking bubbler here. I'm still old school. I do not do vape. Call me a 90s baby, but I do not do vape. Shout out to all my non-vapors, old school flower people in the house. Shout out to you. Some blunt bugs, who knows? But man, we got a lot to think about, man. What do you guys think so far? How confident? I want to know how confident you guys are in the Raiders receiving core this week. I rewatched the game today when my girlfriend was getting a haircut, and I got to say, man, I don't know. Outside of Bryan Edwards and Renfro, I'm scared. I am really scared. And I am wondering why we're not able to go deep. I think it's just because we don't have the O-line for it. Who knows? Cat hair could be an advantage. Could get you higher. Bro, bubbler, gurgle, gurgle, gurgle. Yes. Does it make that? I wonder if that noise will come across. Can you guys hear that? I do get weirded out how phallic smoking is. Okay, anyways. Oh, snap. Streamer's going to smoke some cat. Let's go. Oh, shit. Mike Castle. 420. Let's go. We had the Asian lady repeating the words. And you know what? I think it is time to go. I'll just grab a lighter real quick. And then I'll freaking rip that one with Mike, with you guys at home, bro. Because you know what? You know, there's the drinking NFL fans, and then based on all the shit that's happened this year, we should probably drink less as Raiders fans. I mean, I don't want to get dark, but just saying. And then there's the weed NFL fans, laid back, chill, still pissed off, but chill. And shout out to you, Mike Castle, supporting us here, bro. Really appreciate it. And here we go. Yo, go. So, hopefully I don't get freaking too blitzed. That's happened before here on this show. I think we'll be able to figure it out. Last time I was too blitzed on this show, I didn't run away and hide. I fought through it. You guys can usually tell I'm too high is when I start grabbing. I put my hand on my hip. The hand on my hip, that is going to be the key. So if you guys notice Wi-Fi Willie with the hand on the hip, you know that this guy is too lit for sure. Hold it. I mean, I'll take another one if I didn't hold it enough. One guy, Ed Hage, was on here recently and was like, this isn't a challenge for Willie. He's clearly a stoner. He's able to still smoke and be normal. Trust me. My tolerance is not that great. Trust me. Ooh, that was good. Kind of harsh, but not too bad. There you go. There's a good little angle. Callie Gonzalez, happy 420, Raider Nation. Yes, 420 Thursday, bro. Thursday, we are going to do this. Keep it going. Build our little crew and community. Still going to go live on Monday for just regular NFL nightly news, but we're also going to get this Thursday involved too. Colorado, does Colorado really have the best weed? I don't know. It's legal there. It's nature-y, so I guess I'd assume so. I've never been to Colorado. I imagine it's just like a larger Humboldt. Is that what it's like or what? Hefe. We got Hefe in here, everybody. We got a Chiefs fan hanging out with us. That is how Wi-Fi Willie's channel goes. Got Chiefs fans rolling through. I got Chargers fans rolling through. I got all kinds of people, bro. Steelers. Michael Martin, my Steelers fan. He's always rolling through. You know, Oscar the Charger fan. So, whatever, man. Diverse channel, I guess. For some reason, does that mean I'm making the Raiders look bad? If all the people who are Chargers fans and Chiefs fans, if they're coming here, am I making the Raiders look bad? What's going on here? Let's beat the damn kitty cats and get back on track. Victor Boker. Yeah, man. That's really what it's all about. Raider 530. Smoking and got a tall can. Shit. I do need to, man. I shouldn't have done the upper. Now I feel all weird. I did a Red Bull. But I hadn't had coffee yet. I'm at that age where I've had coffee so much that if I don't have it, bro, I will just start getting a headache. And I'm like, dude, does this make me like a crack fiend or something? Like my body is hurting because I'm not getting it. But that's how I am with coffee, dude. I don't know if you guys are like that too. So, bowing down emoji, please. Bowing down? Smoky Mountain. Beat the kitty cats. California and Oregon's the best. Oregon green is solid. Had weed at Red Rocks once. Maybe that's what needs to happen. Go to the Denver game. We can still make it because was this past Denver game in Denver? Denver. So I want to know. Broncos versus Raiders. Maybe I'll go watch the game in Denver. I might get my ass kicked. Oh, it was at Denver recently. So, damn, the day after Christmas, December 26th, Broncos at Raiders. That's a good value game to go to. Broncos at Raiders, December 26th, day after Christmas. You know the flights are going to be cheap to Vegas because not many people are doing tourist stuff like, you know, when it's a holiday like that. So that might be pretty cheap, actually. I'm exactly like that with coffee. See, I usually drink coffee. I started doing Red Bull because it's just cleaner on your teeth, bro. I mean, at the end of the day, that's what it really is. Come to Kansas City. What do you guys think? Should I go to Kansas City and hang out with Hefe? If I end up missing after that game, you guys know who did it, okay? You guys are going to know who did it. Coco, bro, what's up? How you doing? Coco, where were you from again? I forgot. Remember, it was somewhere kind of surprising. Idaho? Oh, I do monsters. Oh, nice. Monster Energy, huh? Nice. Love that. Let's see what the headlines are with the Raiders, though, right now, man. While we're chilling and talking. I do the monster can. Dude, monster, I don't know. I just saw one kid do that every day in school. And he ended up turning out pretty freaking weird, bro. I'm not going to lie. He ended up being kind of a weird guy. But maybe you're chill and still can handle the monsters. I don't know. So I just want to see some latest updates. There's really nothing going on today besides the signing of Tyron Johnson. And, you know, I won't beat you over the head with that because, I mean, you know, we all know what's already happening with that. You know what I mean? But the question is he going to get called up to the 53 this soon? I don't know. Bengals. We got Sammy Hagar. He's going to be doing the halftime show for the Raiders. That'd be pretty funny. And he's nervous, dude. His palms are sweaty. Knees weak, arms are heavy. Sammy Hagar on the Raiders halftime show. I am nervous. I'm actually pretty nervous, bro. Uh-oh. We got our stats popped up there. All right. Love Raider Nation fan. Come to KC. There's a lot of Raider fans going to the Arrowhead game. Were there a lot of Raider fans in 2020 at the Arrowhead game? I know they had less freaking seats available, but Hefe KC, let me know. Herman Munster, what's up, bro? Rushman's weird, so that's why he's chugging the monsters. Willie, we see another home game like Sunday with 50% Bengals fans? If so, how do you see that affecting the game? Dude, when I was watching the KC game again today, I was just thinking, damn, are we the new Chargers? Are we the new Chargers where it's like fans of other teams coming through and all this stuff, man? Like, it made me really disappointed. But Cincinnati, further flight, don't see it happening. I don't see like a shitload of Cincinnati fans rolling through. If they do, I think our offense struggles because I think we weren't making as many adjustments at the line of scrimmage or audibling because it was so loud. I mean, I started looking at the footage of the game and I was like, damn, there's actually a shitload of Kansas City fans in there, dude. Rushman, what's going on? Maybe Sammy will have a drink before the show to chill out. Yeah, maybe. There's a lot of Raider fans last year at the KC game. Hell yeah, there were, dude. But this year, I think it's going to be different. We're demoralized. Raiders are demoralized now. I don't think they're going to be 100% down with it. Well, you know, people are laughing at us too. You guys saw those players, who were they? Let me show you guys. The Kansas City players laughing at Derek Carr. Laughing at Derek Carr. The fuck? Dude, I'm not signing up. All right, whatever. Anyways, Kansas City players laughing at Derek Carr after the interception, saying that he shook. He shook. What do you guys think about that? You think there's a validity to that statement? I think it's just because they're winning. Let's see what we got here. Hefe, heard your voice for the first time on another podcast. I thought you were a kid, but you sound like an old white man. Wait, Hefe, how old? Wait. So we thought Hefe was a child, but Hefe is actually very old. I guess Hefe is going to dominate this show tonight. I don't know. I think that's what he wants. It's all good. Age does not matter. Age is just a number. Always remember Aaliyah, popular artist. OBJ or Antonio Brown? Who would you pick up? Is that what you're saying? OBJ. AB's too crazy. AB lying about the vaccine card was so retarded. Oh, I'm sorry. I did not mean to say retarded. That word's not allowed. I did actually. Okay, my bad. I apologize for my sins. I did not mean to say that. But AB is so dumb, dude. Like, doing a fake vax card to the NFL. That's like doing a fake vax card to the military. They're so powerful, almighty, they're going to find out. And then AB was like, no, I'm going to just pay this dude $500, have a little forge. He tried to just like sign, you know, when you have your parents sign the signature for the permission slip or something, you're supposed to get their approval on your bad grades or something. He had them just sign the slip for him. All right, so Hefe's 35. All right, we're all sharing our ages. Okay. Hefe, there's a lot of Mexicans from California, so they'll be at the Kansas City games. Hell yeah, clap it up for the Mexicans, Raider fans, showing up to the Kansas City game. Yeah, AB fact. If I was like, dude, he must not really care about playing, but he's probably gonna lose some money if he gets released. AB. Just think about it, dude. Like, when you lie like that, who knows? Aaron Rodgers technically lied, but he did a white lie. You know, a lie where it's like, oh, I'm immunized. That could mean anything. That doesn't mean vaccination. You know, that means immunized. So I don't know. I don't know how that might work out. Ugh, I'm already ripped already, guys. Shout out for that. I think it's a mixture of a Red Bull. Now Julian is asking, is Hefe Mexican? I'm not sure. Let's do some investigative journalism. Hefe, is that your real name? And is your real last name Casey? Let's figure that out. Hefe? Oh, this is Hefe's Twitter. Okay, let's check it out. Why the fuck not at this point? This is getting demonetized. Oh my God. Well, this is kind of a while ago, October 17th. Chiefs Kingdom, please God, don't let my defense be shitty today. Oh. So it was the defense's fault Mahomes was throwing all those picks this year. Is that what's going on, Hefe? Justin Mucha, flying to Vegas for the game. Right on, bro. Let's go. I was thinking about going to that game. How much are tickets? Let's just check out tickets. You guys want to buy some? Let's buy some tickets. Let's buy some tickets. We got 42 people in here. Shout out to you guys hanging out and having some fun. Appreciate you guys coming through. You know, we are representing Raider Nation hardcore. But paying attention to the whole entire NFL. Getting pretty stoned. Just so us stoner football fans have a place to go. Dude, why hasn't this been done yet? I've always wondered, why hasn't 420, like NFL talk, anything like that, why hasn't it been done yet already? Has it been done? I mean, I would watch the show. I mean, if it was online or something. So here we go. I had scores. I like PFF scores. I wonder if they took away I didn't renew my account, but got the Patriots and Falcons today. It should be a good game. And 200 at least for tickets. Justin Mucha, is that how much it was? How much are flights? That's what I was wondering. I wonder if I should go Allegiant. Rogers was following the rules, though, except pressers, and we know AB was doing it to be a snake. Yeah, they both messed up. If one of our players did what Rogers or AB did, they would be totally, like, not even allowed to play. I mean, I think so. I think they'd be suspended hardcore. Something crazy. Because think about it. John Gruden fined $150,000 last year just for not wearing his mask right. So imagine what they do if imagine if Derek Carr said he was immunized and was hanging around no mask at pressers. You think he'd be right back in the game freaking 10 days later? Or freaking, you know, one of our wide receivers had a fake vaccine card. Or Brian Edwards had a fake vax card. Just support, baby. Shout out to you. I want to do a shout out to the members of this channel. We've had a couple new ones, and it's been really cool. I tried to have this credits for the members, and then you guys can see how it went. Yep, there you go. Okay, so it says congratulations, you know, whatever, and then it doesn't work. We could try it again, maybe. Yeah, but I'm working on that. I'll get that fixed because, you know, I do really appreciate all the support, and so I'm going to go and order newest people. Shout out to freaking Ty Levitt being a member. I thought he was Dan Levitt, related to Dan Levitt, but nah. Tedford Von Patriot, recent supporter. Jeff Garrison, you know him. He does them long comments. Cuban Raider, Mike Castle, Carlos M, Chef B, Jesse Rodas, Noah Smith, Matt LeBrun, Donnie Gill, Old Man's Raider Nation, Julia Smith, Arlen Howland, Aussie Raider Aaron, and Neek. Shout out to all you guys supporting this channel. Really helps and goes a long way because, you know, YouTube, they're always demonetizing shit and all kinds of bullshit. You don't always get what you want out of the YouTube support. So appreciate your guys' support. All right, Patriots and Falcons to this week. Spread. New England has the advantage. Arthur Smith versus Bill Belichick. Yeah, I don't know. I think I would bet Patriots, but it could be a close game because it's a Thursday night football game, and you know they like to keep those close to get it exciting. Besides Sunday night football with Chiefs versus Raiders, I thought, you know, at least the refs or the NFL would help the Raiders out a little bit just so it could be a close game and they can get bigger ratings. You know, people probably stopped watching that game in the late third quarter, you know? Like, you know, neutral fans and stuff. You think they would have made it a more electrifying game. So I was like, dang, where are the refs at for the ratings in the NFL to boost the Raiders versus Chiefs games, man? They could have really helped us out. But no dice there. All right, Colts, Bills. Should be neat. I think I would go Bills. They have the advantage by -7. Favorite by 7. Colts could win, though, because Carson Wentz. Most PI yards by any QB. Most PI yards, man. Raiders would lose picks if this COVID should happen. Yes. If Raiders miss the playoffs this year, what's the plan for 2022? Austin Martinez. What's the plan for 2022 if we miss the playoffs? That's huge because a lot of people just like, after we beat the Eagles, a lot of people, but not me, a lot of people were thinking, oh, Bisaccia could just be the head coach of the future. Because Mike Mayock said all these nice things about him. Like, oh, he's the nice leader of men I've ever met. Ooh, he's the greatest of all time. Like, you know, kind of throwing Gruden under the bus. Because if he's the best leader of men you met, then what is Gruden, you know? And so, yeah, I was kind of thinking, all right, maybe it could happen. But I didn't really buy it. I thought at the end of the day, they're going to have to get a new coaching staff. And then Mark Davis, think about him. If the NFL could kind of blackmail one of his coaches and get rid of one of his coaches, why would he hire some guy that he likes in the future? Why would he really care? You know, if Goodell or the NFL doesn't like your coach, they could just freaking find a way to get rid of him, you know? Like straight up. So I don't know what Davis is going to do. I think he's going to find a GM he really likes. Maybe that could be Mayock, maybe not. Let him take full control and get a whole new coaching staff. And maybe even, I don't think we're going to rebuild the roster because we have just such amazing contracts, especially for 2022. Like, if you're a head coach and you're trying to just make a quick run, like, our roster is actually pretty good for 2022 because you have so many people who are really good on elite deals. People are saying I'm buffering. Really? What's going on? Is my quality messed up? Am I back? Am I back? Am I good? Atlanta will win. Only you are picking Atlanta. Mean fan. Okay, bet some money on that because you'll have the advantage, you know? We need Nelson Aguilar. I wish we did have Nelson Aguilar. That would be good. Carr is the GOAT. Hot on national TV and said everything that was happening to the Raiders this past month. We were still in it. Yeah, I like Carr, man. I think we're still going to win some games. We're going to win some games. Damn, what the fuck? Got my shit up. Got my YouTube shit up. All right, I'm taking this video down. Oh, no, I don't know. Okay, cool. Cali MC Donald Wi-Fi, McDonald's Wi-Fi ain't working. Imagine if I was at McDonald's right now and I had all this shit. I had all this shit set up. Mic, freaking lights, freaking green screen, all kinds of shit. That'd be pretty awesome. So is your man? All right, no fake news about the buffering. Anyways, going into it, do we rebuild? If we don't make the playoffs this year, I think we do rebuild. But I don't think it's going to be a rebuild like in the past. I think it's going to be kind of like the Cowboys when they moved on and, you know, got their new coach. I think it's going to be when they moved on from Jason Garrett, you know, the Cowboys still had a loaded roster, still had people on great deals. So Mike McCarthy kind of just went in and just ran with it and tried to build on top of it. Didn't make some big trades and, you know, give a lot of people away. So I think that's something that the Raiders are going to do. But I think Mark Davis hires a GM that he really likes, really trusts, and just lets them kind of take over. And that could be Mayock, but I don't think it's likely that it's Mayock. Like, Mayock's freaking recent press conferences, I feel like he's just trying to defend his resume to go be a GM for another team by basically saying, like, these picks are not all my fault. It's Gruden's fault. He's basically, in like a euphemistic way, saying that. But I don't know. I don't know what can happen. I think that's likely. But if we do make the playoffs, then it's kind of hard to fire Rich Bisaccia because if we make the playoffs, then you don't necessarily want to get rid of the coordinators. That's one thing. All right. Just streaming fine. All good here. Tight, tight, tight. Tight, tight, tight. Let's get some water. Water break. Southern Oregon reps. I overslept and it is 4:40 in Pacific time. Wow, I fucking fumbled that. We're still deep in the mix of things, Ricky. I think so. I think wild card still. We'll take a look at our schedule and see who we can realistically see ourselves beating. Hope we make the playoffs. We are overdue. Hell yeah, we're overdue. Wait, what did Richard Sherman say about Carr? Raider 7528 talking about Derek Carr. Richard Sherman called him out back in his rookie year. Or did he say he was dope? Because that was in the preseason game when Carr went against Sherman, if I remember correctly. Okay. Doing good now. Getting my breathing back from getting kind of high. All right, so this game, I want your guys' predictions. Cam Newton returning with the Panthers, their favorite against the Washington football team. We got to play the Washington football team in a few weeks. Carolina is the favorite, 3.5. 5-5 record versus Washington football team. I'm going to go with Carolina. I think there's a lot of hype for Cam Newton right now. And he looked good, and he looked pumped up. You know, he's willing to freaking, go out there and put his body out there, I think. I just D-Jax. Yeah, I think I did just D-Jax. Whatever. What do you think about bringing over Mike Tomlin if Ben retires? I don't think Mike Tomlin's going to get fired, and I don't think Mike Tomlin's going to leave the Steelers. As a Badger fan, feel bad for Ingold. Yeah, I totally feel bad for Ingold. Yeah, I still have like these top news things coming up in this text slides for the week that I kind of just play in all my videos. So I maybe, Raiders sign, because that's big news for us, Tyron Johnson. Raiders signed wide receiver Tyron Johnson to the practice squad. Because people are pumped up about this guy. And he could be good. He's pretty fast guy. So people taking Panthers. Mike Castle, you're taking Panthers over Washington football team. Nobody's going to go for Washington football team? Damn. Then we should beat them easily if nobody's going for them over the Panthers. Because we got to play them. We should beat them pretty easily, bro. Got the Panthers. Chef B, what is up? How you doing, man? I was D-Jax. I did shut down for a minute. All right, so anyways, upcoming games, Ravens versus Bears. Obviously, you take the Ravens here, favored by 6. Yeah, Ravens have choked a few games, so I still take them. I still take them in this scenario. Browns, Lions, easy. That's the Browns. Then you got Niners, Jaguars. That's kind of tough because the Jags have caught some teams slipping, like the Bills. And the Niners running back, was it Elijah? He's kind of injured. Kind of injured right now. Taking the Ravens. Yeah, Ravens. Packers, Vikings. Green Bay narrowly favored, but I still say you take freaking Green Bay. I still think you do. And we also have Dolphins, Jets. That's a tough one. Miami's the favorite by 3. I think you take Miami. I think Tua is going to try to do something. There's a lot of easy games, I think. I think Lions, Browns, that's easy for Browns. And I think Panthers, Washington football team, that's easy for Panthers. And then I think Bears, Ravens, that's easy for Ravens. Those are some easy bets. I would consider doing that. Niners, Jags, I don't know. The Jags always do something. They always do something. Packers, Vikings, I don't know how the refs are going to treat Aaron Rodgers after the COVID thing. Seems like they're going to give him a pass, though, so maybe you still go Packers in this one. Dolphins, Jets, to me, that's too close. That's too close. Trap games, yeah. That's the thing that could happen. Totally. We got Saints versus Eagles. That's a tough one. I think Jalen Hurts gets a win, but I wouldn't bet on it. Mike Castle, come on, Lions. You need this win. Yeah, pack in a real battle. There needs to be a real battle. Texans, Titans. That's an easy game to bet for the Titans. Maybe I'll make a couple bets. So, this one is a lock. This is a lock. This is a lock. This is a lock. Unless Cam just totally blows it, but I don't think so. All right, Bengals, Raiders. Is this game a lock? What do you? Is this game a lock? What do you think? Yo, read the tape. Oh shit, he's in. Okay, here we go. So yeah, we're gonna figure out this Bengals game is a lock. There's some games on here I would bet they are a lock. Here, we're gonna test this shit out. Let's see. All right, you're popping up. Can you hear me? Yeah, I can hear you. And wait, can you guys hear Raid the Tape?
Let me see. Let me check my phone.
Yeah, they can hear you. Okay.
Let me check my phone. Yeah.
Yeah, they can.
What's good with it?
Bro, what is up, dude? Long time no talk, dude. How you been?
Man, I'm good, bro. I'm good, chilling.
Raid the Tape.
Over here on the 420 live, but I'm late.
And the 420 live, Raid the Tape, the #1 car defender on YouTube, fighting the world to defend against Greg. What are you smoking or what? Because I think I'm gonna take another hit, even though I got too high already.
Nah, I already smoked my backwood.
Good.
Yo, how do I see the chat? I can't see the chat. What's good with the chat, yo?
Dude, I think you're gonna have to pull up the window. I have a ghetto way of putting guests on. I don't want to pay for StreamYard, so this is the way I do it.
Hold on, let me see. I got it. I'll just have it up on my phone.
But I could put the chat right here, pop it right up on the screen.
Wi-Fi. DW. I like to call him DW.
In between you guys.
I could put it in between. Here we go. We'll figure it out.
It's all good.
So, anyways, me and you were talking. We're talking about who to blame for this past game, right? We're talking about that. You're very high on not defending Derek Carr, but then I rewatched the game today, and I do think the O-line messed up, but the first punt throw that he did, I thought was bad, and he shouldn't have done that. Do you at least agree with that? It was late in the third quarter.
Yeah.
It wasn't totally a lost game yet. It was just a 2-score game. What do you think?
What are you saying? What are you saying about it?
Do you think he had you think he still made mistakes in the game?
What mistakes though are you talking about?
I'm talking about that punt throw that he did late in the third quarter. Because they still had a shot. I thought they still had a shot in the game.
I think it was an errant throw. Yeah, I totally agree.
Totally okay.
But
okay.
How drastic was it?
I mean, I don't think it totally tipped the game. I think the Deshaun, Jackson fumble totally tipped the game, but I still think
how drastic was that throw? I mean, how much different was that versus a punt?
Either way, I don't know how much different it was, but I do know that when Sorensen picked it off, he was able to run for a little bit. You know what I mean?
He fell right there on the ground.
But nobody tagged him, though. He fell down and he was next to other Chiefs players, though, right?
Nah, he got touched, I thought.
Either way, though, they were still at midfield. I believe in A.J. Cole. I think he would have punted it and did better field position, but I think Derek Carr, at least in the Giants game.
He put us in bad field position is what you're saying.
Bad field position, yeah. I know that doesn't sound like a huge deal, but in this game.
Oh, shit. Holy fuck.
It does matter. It does. And then there was, in my opinion, there's a throw to Zay Jones in the first half that I thought was a bad throw. Zay Jones had to pretty much play defense, and then the Raiders went 3-and-out really quickly.
Yeah, that was a bad throw, definitely.
And I'm not saying we got to move on from Carr. I think the Raiders should re-sign Carr, if anything. Yeah. But the past 2 weeks, something's going on.
I don't think he had a bad game. You
don't think he had a bad game at all? No, you don't think he was frustrated? You don't think it was getting to him at all?
Yeah, it was getting to him in the end, but I don't think he had a bad game. Like I told you when we were in the chat, man, it was in the third quarter, bro. We come out in the second half. We made adjustments. We definitely made adjustments. We come out in the second half. We realize they're running the cover two. We're able to hit Edwards right down the middle of the field because we made those adjustments. So that first drive, that was all Carr. Am I echoing?
Are you echoing? Hold on, let me try to fix it if you're echoing.
Yeah. I don't want to get to. I'm whispering in my room right now.
Oh, you are? Okay, hold on.
I can hear me echoing.
You can hear you echoing? All right.
Maybe it's me.
All right, hold on. Let me fix something. Hold on. All right. Yeah. Let me see what I can do. Test. Boom.
Hello?
Yeah. All right.
Yo. All right. But it was the third quarter, man. And there was 8 minutes left? 7 minutes left in the third quarter. It was 24-14. When he throws that pass to Deshaun Jackson, if he just runs it in for a touchdown, I don't know what happened. You know what I mean? Maybe
that was sketchy.
Maybe he would have got tackled, right? Let's say he doesn't. He doesn't. But hypothetically, say he runs it in for a touchdown. At that point, Carr threw for 3 touchdowns, bro. 3 touchdowns, over 200 yards.
That does look better.
And only 2 incompletions.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. They were critical
incompletions,
but it's still only 2. It was still only 2.
Okay, so he fumbles the ball. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then we go back, and now it's at this point, it's like, holy fuck. Like what are we going to do? So Carr goes in there. He throws that errant throw. It was an errant throw.
Yeah.
But again, why the fuck is there so much pressure? There was literally a guy in his face. I know you had to have seen the play. There's a guy.
Yeah, the guy hit him. I mean,
And at this point,
Yeah.
he's just like, oh my goodness, let me just throw this bitch up because I don't know what's going on. He just throws it up.
And it's not like
And
our
it
defense
put
was
us
going to
in
stop
bad,
them too if we would
and
have
it,
punted the ball. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
but and he put us in bad field position, like you were saying earlier. So I agree, he put us in bad field position at that point. Did he miss a throw to Zay Jones? He should have threw it to Waller. I agree with that too.
Yeah.
But at that point, I feel like you're just starting to nitpick because we lost, and we're not
Yeah.
really looking at the fact he rushed. He rushed for the most yards.
That was pretty crazy when you looked at it.
That's
Yeah.
crazy. And the fact that we have a first-round draft pick of Josh Jacobs, Kenyon Drake is getting paid what $3 million now, but $8 million next year. We're 29th in rushing in the whole league. That is pretty fucking bad.
Hey, and Drake looked better than Jacobs this past game. I rewatched it today.
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
And then there was in the goal line, Jacobs tried to go for a run. He tried to bounce it outside, lost yards when we were like on the goal line. He looked bad. And then when we put Drake in a few snaps, he was flying and doing a good job. But then Melvin Ingram decked him, and I think he kind of got injured the rest of the game. Did you see that play?
Yeah.
And so I was just like, damn. But hopefully Drake, I think he might be the guy in the future instead of Jacobs. I don't know what you think about that.
He needs to get more snaps. I don't know what's wrong with Jacobs, but Jacobs needs to be like the secondary back or the blocker. Or like he needs to pick up the blitz, and that's it. He's not running. He's not running well. And Carr threw him like a 2-yard pass for the first down, and he couldn't even like lunge forward just to get that extra yard, and we would have got the first. But instead, it was 4th and inches, and then Alex Leatherwood jumps on sides, and we punt the ball. It's like these little things. It's just these little things, these little efforts is just screwing us over.
Well, that was my thing with Bisaccia. Why did he not go for it? I mean, he's a special teams guy. It's like he likes punting it all the time. He's like stoked to punt it. I don't know, because 4th and 2, 4th and 1, you're playing the Chiefs. Your defense is getting their ass whooped most of the time. You know, like because we couldn't get a pass rush straight up, so that just Mahomes had time. And then it's like, all right, well, why don't you go for it? I was just shocked. And then there's 10 minutes left in the game. In the fourth quarter, I remember he didn't go for it on like a 4th and 6, or they punted it. Maybe it was a 4th and 8, but I remember thinking like, so you're just giving up, bro? You know? Yeah. And it was only a 2-score game at that point, 10 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Like, you still have your timeouts, and the last 2 minutes of a game is always hella long, you know? So I feel like you still have a shot in that situation.
Yeah, and also, we're like dropping picks. I'm like, what the hell's going on? This is everything that we even get a strip. We strip the ball, force a fumble, and it bounces right back to Tyreek Hill. I was like, what the hell was that? That was the weirdest thing I ever seen.
Dude, that was just that Chiefs luck, bro. It's sickening. I see stuff like that happen all the time. I feel like they just always get super lucky. Dude, if one of our guys drop the ball like that, it's like very rare that we recover it in that situation.
Oh yeah, that's going the other way.
it's always all messed up.
It's definitely going the other way, man, for sure.
But I don't know. So what do you think? So everybody's pissed off. We were just talking about this earlier. Like, if we don't make the playoffs, what do you think happens with coaching?
Oh man, I have no idea.
Or the GM? You think Mayock and Bisaccia stay if we don't make the playoffs?
Bisaccia ain't gonna be the head coach. Hell no.
Mayock what if he's down?
Be the GM.
See, neither was a GM.
No, I think Mayock could potentially still be the GM, but Bisaccia is not going to be the head coach. Definitely not. I hope not.
But that means there's so you think no Olsen and no Gus Bradley either? Because if Bisaccia is not going to be there, it's not like, well, Bisaccia could just go demoted and go to special teams. That's a possibility. But then again, it's kind of awkward if he was already promoted to head coach.
It would really depend on the coach we brought in, like the head coach we brought in. You know what I mean? Maybe we do what the Chargers did, and the Chargers brought in a bunch of everybody new.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So
I don't know. Okay. Maybe we go pick up a guy that only takes over the offense.
Yeah.
And they decide to keep Gus Bradley because he's already established over there and doing what he's doing. So maybe they just want to take over the offense and, pick up Carr. I don't know. Get their own quarterback. I think that's going to be an interesting dynamic because do you think that will be a part of how or what coach we can get? Because think about it. If we go get a different head coach, is Mayock going to be like, I want to keep Carr? So the head coach that I bring in, they're going to have to want to keep Carr. You see what I'm saying? So that would limit him. So
I don't think they would do that. Yeah.
So he would have to bring a coach in, and then he would let them do whatever they want, pick whatever quarterback, whatever like that. Because think about it, we could let Carr go.
Yeah, that's totally possible. I mean, because think about it. Miami said today that they were down for the Deshaun Watson thing, but they wanted the picks to be conditional, you know, just in
Yeah,
case he gets locked up or whatever the hell happens.
yeah.
And then so they said, but they would be if the franchise quarterback was available in the offseason, they would do multiple first round picks. So that is an option.
So
You know?
yeah, I wouldn't want to let Carr walk. That's the last thing I'd want to do. We have to get some type of capital out of him.
Because you get one more year out of him in 2022 if we're going to rebuild. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's if we rebuild, right? So basically, if we don't make the playoffs, everybody should get fired, maybe except Mayock, maybe give him a shot. Who knows? Because he already knows Mark Davis. Then you pretty much trade Carr away and rebuild again. Or what do you think happens if we do make the playoffs? If we just make wild card, do we keep? You think it's likely we would keep Bisaccia, keep Mayock, keep Bradley, keep Olsen, keep Carr, even if we just get some wild card?
No, I don't think so.
You still think we still think we rebuild even if we get wild card?
I don't think it's a matter of how successful we are this year. I think it's just a matter of what happened. You got to think, man, Gruden was the whole reason. The whole reason they're all here is because of Gruden.
Yeah, that is totally true.
Bradley's
Bradley's there,
That's it.
Olsen.
Fire, Speedy.
So
Pirate flag.
it's kind of
Pirate
like
flag. Pirate flag.
that's
Pirate
what that
flag.
would that's what would
Pirate
keep
flag.
everybody connected.
That's gonna what?
That's what would keep like everybody connected, like together.
Yeah,
He brought them all here.
that's the thing
So-
too. Yeah, a lot of the players, all the coaching staff, dude. He brought so many of them here. I'm gonna just pop up over here. He brought so many of them here.
That thing was going. I was like, damn, Wi-Fi is high.
Shout out to you, Neek, though. Thanks for the freaking super chat. 420. I know you, Blaze. Appreciate you rolling through here, man. They're all brought there because of Gruden. And then even Deuce Gruden's still there. That's how much they're all brought there because of Gruden. He's still there on the sideline, all yoked and shit.
But think of so do you think? So are you saying you think they would keep Bisaccia?
Well, if they make the wild card and they have a bad loss, because here's the thing, I don't know the contracts. When you fire a whole coaching staff, and I don't know if this is the same for coordinators, but I know head coaches you get like fully guaranteed, right? Coordinators, I don't know if they're fully guaranteed, and I don't know how long of a deal Olsen's on or Bradley, or how much they paid Bradley. If they have Bradley and Olsen on a multiple year deal and then they make the playoffs and they have Bisaccia, and you're kind of like, maybe you still roll with it, but who knows? They could even just get maybe just a new offensive coordinator, put Olsen back to QB coach. I don't think he would take that demotion, though. He's been around a long time.
Yeah.
But there's tons of angles where, if you make the playoffs, it's hard to argue with firing the whole coaching staff.
Yeah.
But it is kind of weird that
I just think who would be the head coach? Do you think they would keep Bisaccia as the head coach?
Yeah, I don't know, because me personally, I think when
see it,
Bisaccia
man.
was first the head coach, I was like, why is Bradley not the head coach? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? He's been the head coach of the Jags. And then Greg Olsen, he's been offense coordinator for years. Like, why are they not the head coaches? And even Rod Marinelli, he's been a D coordinator before, He's a little freaking, he'll go down in the Hall of Fame probably, because he's had such a long career. So I was like, why is Bisaccia the head coach? And I just feel like maybe they didn't want to take the job. Maybe Bradley was like, no, I'm not taking this dumpster fire. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so maybe that's why Bisaccia kind of got plugged in.
That's what I was thinking as well. Like with Gus Bradley, like just say he did want to get back into a head coaching job. This would fuck it up.
Oh yeah, it make you look bad.
If you took this head coaching job, then it's gonna be like, oh, now I have to go back to being a defensive coordinator for so long before I get another shot. So this would screw it up for him. Olsen, the same thing, but Olsen, if anything, this would probably be his opportunity. Like,
yeah, for
this
him
is
it would
your
be an
quarterback.
opportunity. Yeah,
you got a quarterback, this guy, go in here, and if they're actually gonna stay together, then he wouldn't really trip too much because he'll know he'll have an offseason to put the pieces he wants on this team. So it's kind of like, I don't know, it's just kind of interesting. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and then Ben Bad is saying something where he's saying like Bisaccia had contact with all the players, like he knows all the players because of special teams. I mean, not really. I mean, your quarterback doesn't play special teams. Jacobs doesn't play special teams. Waller never plays special teams. Like the people that are like arguably the most valuable players on the team aren't in contact with Bisaccia as a special teams coach. Yes, people like Ingold, important people, but still, it's not like Crosby, and the likes that I mentioned. Shout out to you guys in the chat, though, man. Good to see you here. All y'all rush, man. Refs are about to get the Raiders.
I mean, now that we're losing, though, then the stink of this conversation about Carr comes up. It only comes up when we start losing. It's the only time, so.
Dude, yeah. Remember the beginning of the year? Everybody, like the first 4 weeks, everybody was like, we're going to the Super Bowl, bro.
And that's why I hate when people will be like, oh, you're caping for Carr, or you're doing whatever for Carr, blah, blah, blah. You might as well marry him. When he was going off doing all that shit those first 3 weeks, what was I saying? That's just not sustainable. He's not going to be able to continue doing that. That's all I was saying the whole time. I'm like, you cannot expect him to do this week in and week out. It will not happen. It won't happen. When I was saying that, oh, he's MVP. We need to lock him in right now with an extension. Blah, blah, blah. I was like, okay, let's see what happens when we lose our first fucking game. We're 3-0 right now. Y'all going to start crying and getting emotional the moment we lose the first game. And what happened? All of a sudden, you're caping for Carr. No, I'm not. The same thing when he was doing all that stuff. I said it's not sustainable. Now look, you can't expect him to throw 3. Think about it. He would have to throw 3 touchdowns every game, 350 yards, and then have a high percentage of no picks.
Yeah. And okay, so the Dolphins game was like.
But think about it. Would you agree?
For most games, for the first
every game this year, he would have to do that for us to win.
The Broncos game, I wouldn't agree. The Broncos game, I don't agree. I think we tore him up. Eagles game, I don't agree. But those are 2 like the weakest teams we played. Against every good team we played, yeah, I think you're right. He did have to pretty much win the game by himself. With just having a high scoring offense. Like Ravens game, Steelers game, people act like we unanimously beat the Steelers. No, if they blocked that field goal at the end of the game, they could still get a touchdown to win the game. That was still a close game, the Steelers game.
I mean, even against the Giants, though.
The Giants,
they were a shitty team. He played a bad game, man.
That was his worst game, yeah.
And we lost.
Yeah, the defense didn't. The defense should have no Saquon, and then Galladay's still banged up. The defense, I thought, should have still had a bigger game that game. Yeah, I'll agree. But Carr was bad that game.
He was bad.
That was worse than the Chiefs game. The Chiefs game was kind of average.
Personally, I think that was his only bad game. That's what I think against the Giants.
Dolphins game, he messed up in the first half because he threw the pick six and then he didn't score at the end of the day. Him and Waller were still not on target in the Dolphins game.
The which one?
The Dolphins game, him and Waller, they still were not clicking for whatever reason.
But that pick 6 was kind of like a fluke.
You're gonna throw a pick six. Yeah, you're gonna throw one. You're gonna throw one a year, but he's one a year.
Because think about it, he just drove us all the way downfield. We get into the red zone, and then it was an option or a choice route, and it was kind of like it fell into the defender's lap. Like I don't know.
And then people were blaming maybe Moreau on that one too. People were also saying it could have been Moreau didn't know which way to go and stuff.
It was a choice route because whether they're in man, whether in a zone, then he's going to go this way, that way, and Carr threw it to one spot, but Moore went to another spot. But I mean, I think the Giants game he played like shit. But to my point, unless he puts up those 3 touchdowns, 350 yards, and all blah blah blah, we're not going to win. We couldn't even do it against the Giants and then play a bad game. If we're a good football team, our quarterback should afford a bad game against the Giants and still win.
Yeah, and then we freaking we've just never had a game where we run the ball for over 100 yards easily and rushing touchdown. There's never been that this year. Previous
we don't have a
year.
rusher that's rushed for 100 yards. So
nobody's had 100 yards, right?
No, nobody.
But I think between them and the Eagles game, but they did some receiving though. Between Josh and Drake in the Eagles game, I think they did go over 100, but not with pure rushing though.
But I mean, we're playing. Even if it's the thing is, people just like, oh, it's a terrible defense, blah blah blah. Well, where the fuck are the running backs at?
Yeah, that's true. If it's that bad. The Chiefs game, it was weird. I felt like the play calling was worse. I feel like that's why it looked so bad, because the play calling was bad. Because when I saw freaking the first half of the game, they were loading up the box, and then we weren't going deep. And then when we started going deep in the second quarter, third quarter, that's when we started, making some gains, going deep to Edwards and then going deep to Zay. And then there was that one Deshaun Jackson. That's when we started doing well. And it just felt like Why didn't you guys do that in the very first quarter? You know, that was something that
Well,
was kind
that's
of
what I was talking about with adjustments. So I think what they realized was, okay, they're just running cover two. They were running cover two a lot, so that's why they were able to hit Edwards down the middle of the field in that seam route because they got the middle linebacker on him. He beats the middle linebacker. Carr throws that thing on a thread and puts it in there, and then he scores. And then they come right back to it, and they just keep attacking them. And then what the Chiefs started doing is they'll switch to man, and when they run man, it was obvious, and that's how they got to this day. They cleared it out with Deshaun Jackson, and they started picking up on what they were doing defensively. But there's too many mistakes, man. Like think about it like this: we were on that first drive, we were moving the ball just fine, really, but then we get into a 4th and inches situation on their side of the field, and we get a false start. Now it's 4th and 5. We have to punt.
Yeah. Yeah, the false start was bad.
In the last 2 games, we scored on the opening drive. So
yeah, for the first time in a while. The Broncos game was the first time in like a year, right? Huh?
Yeah, ever since Gruden left.
Yeah.
So,
but I still think missing Chucky had an impact. I mean, some people want to talk about that. I mean, we were a second half team the first half of this year. You know, even against the Steelers, even against the Dolphins and the Ravens, we did not do well in the first half, but we always made adjustments and boom, started hella scoring. And I think that was Chucky, you know what I mean? Because we haven't had that since. We've had starting out hot in the first half, like you're talking about in the Broncos game and even the Eagles game a little bit. And then these other games, we just like never get going, you know? But at first it was like, oh, we get going in the second half. And it seems like maybe a lot of that was Gruden. But missing Ruggs, obviously, it's either two things. It's either missing Ruggs is a huge impact, more than we could have imagined, or we don't have Gruden making second half adjustments. I think it's either those two things.
I wouldn't say it's that, man. I would say the number one. Well, I would say Gruden. I'd agree with you with that. But I would say the thing with Gruden that I agree that it is him, his personality, him putting his thumb down on people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, personally, I don't think Ruggs that happens with Ruggs if we have Gruden. I don't think so.
Yeah. That's a lot of people have said that in comments on because I've been doing videos about all that stuff. People say that a lot.
Getting that false start, Gruden is gonna be cussing on the sidelines. This motherfucker, blah 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 blah. Y'all out here calling penalties, blah 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 blah.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and we might get a holding call on Crosby if we have Gruden. People have been saying that too. Because Versace's sitting there and all quiet and stoic, and I get it, you want to be buddy-buddy with the refs, but, you know, when Gruden starts yelling at the refs, you know, they eventually get nervous and call a flag his way. I mean, I think it works to a certain extent. It has to, you know? And I've seen it. I've seen it work. The Steelers game, you clipped up that video of him going off on the refs.
Yeah.
You know that helped us out later on.
No, definitely. I agree. I think we're missing Gruden, but I think the main thing is his personality, bro. His presence, his locker room speeches, you know, just understanding that, okay, it's intense on the sidelines because Gruden's there. Now it's probably a little more lackadaisical and little fluky stuff is happening. You know what I mean?
Well, because the whole structure has been dismantled. Like, think about it. Some of the players on the team have more job security than the coaches. Yeah. Like, a lot of those players, like someone like Crosby, he's going to be there longer than any of those coaches. Like if you're gonna gamble on who's gonna be there next year, you'd bet on Crosby over freaking Bisaccia, over freaking Mike Mayock, you know?
Yeah.
So I think that kind of creates a weird dynamic where they don't feel like you're a boss in some way too. You know, you could think that, you know?
Oh, true. That does make sense.
Who knows? I mean, yeah, people are still gonna be professional, but there's not that
because
pressure.
People need to realize that these are all of the football players are humans, so these life aspects and dynamics are still happening to them. It's not just going to not happen to them because they're fucking football players. Hell no.
No, that's totally true.
People are still getting DUIs. They're still human. There's still shit going on. Like,
yeah.
And I think if we have Gruden, he is that presence. He has that presence on the team. Like, he'll grab a player by his arm and then tell him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I hope that stuff's still going on, you know, like all these things that we're talking about that could be missing with Gruden, you know, the motivation, the freaking, you know, the discipline and stuff. Hopefully that's still going on, but it's kind of you wouldn't gamble on the fact that it is, you know what I mean? Because it's huge.
I don't think it is because Carr doesn't say shit. That's the one thing I don't like about Carr. If I'm
Yeah.
Carr, I'm an 8-year veteran. I'm seasoned in the league, and I think I would think I'm pretty good. I'm gonna be screaming at my fucking offensive lineman like, bro, what are you doing?
Yeah, that's true. That is weird that he hasn't done that yet. Even though he's been there longer than anybody, like anybody on the staff and everything.
Yeah,
Mike Castle, this is a young team. They need coaches that can help pick up those young players and give them confidence. That's true. When the going gets tough, in these games, we've seen because there was like, dude, the last two scores that the Chiefs had against the Raiders, yeah, maybe they were going to score anyway. Yeah, maybe the defense was gassed, but they just looked like demoralized. They just looked like they just gave it up kind of quickly, especially like the Fascion. I don't know if I'm saying this right. Some of the TDs he gave up. One with Tyreek Hill dragging over behind him. It was just like they lost their mojo really quickly. So hopefully there's somebody on the sideline, Gus Bradley or somebody telling him like you could still do this, but definitely look demoralized.
yeah, it's tough, man. Especially when you're 5-2, it's like that's tough, man. Second half. So is this the meltdown?
I don't know if it's a meltdown because if we beat the Jaguars, the Bengals, they're always similar to me for some reason. If we beat the Bengals, which I don't know, that's tough. I mean, we could talk about the Bengals game and whether or not you would gamble on the Raiders beating the Bengals this week. I wouldn't put any money on it. I wouldn't put any. I'm going to watch the game. I'm going to root for the Raiders, but I would not put money on this game this Sunday. But if we win, then it's kind of like the season doesn't look too bad because then we got the whole schedule coming up and it's like not too crazy besides the division rivals. You got the Colts and shit like that.
Well, I think our schedule's pretty tough, man. We got the Cowboys.
Cowboys are a tough team because we're playing them so soon. However, I don't know. I think they're vulnerable. What the Broncos did to them shows that they're vulnerable. And then I was looking at their schedule. I don't know if they've really played anybody hella good. Cowboys so far, because they're in a weak division. You know what I'm saying?
I think they beat the Chiefs and the Chargers, didn't they?
They're playing the Chiefs Sunday.
Oh, okay, yeah, they played the Chiefs.
So they're playing the Chiefs this Sunday. They lost to the Broncos. Cowboys whooped the Falcons, beat the Vikings, beat the Patriots barely by a touchdown, beat the Giants, beat the Panthers, beat the Eagles, beat the Chargers by 3 points, and barely lost to the Bucs. So, yeah, I guess you would say best games they had was barely losing to the Bucs, narrowly beating the Chargers, and then beating the Patriots. So. But that's still not like that crazy. Like I feel like our schedule's been way harder than that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Like the Browns, the Colts.
yeah, we got Browns and Colts.
The Colts coming up. We have to win. The only way we make the playoffs is if we win our division matchups the rest of the year.
We could still get a wild card. You don't think so?
No.
No.
If we lose any of our division matchups, I don't think we make the playoffs.
So let me see if I can pull it up. I'll try to pull it up right now. I want to pull up the standings because I think this shit's kind of neat. Let me see. Get rid of this freaking chat thing right here, and I'll move us to the side. Shit like that. Yeah, I want to check out the standings to see what kind of shot we actually have.
Let me see if I can adjust this light. Oh, snap.
I don't know. Let's see. Boom. Standings, Cowboys schedule. Is this thing popping up? Yeah, I can't get it right now. Anyways, Bills. It looks like Bills are 6-3. Patriots 6-4. So they're gonna make the playoffs. Then I'd say our division's hella tough. Broncos have the worst record at 5-5. And then you got the whole entire AFC North. Browns have the worst record at 5-5. People are complaining. Why is Raid dark? Why is Raid the tape in the dark? All right. Shit. Yeah, I can't pull this thing up, the schedule on the screen, but we get the point, though. There's hella competition.
Yeah. No, but I don't know, man. So what do you think? Do you think we win? Do you think we?
Well, I'm pulling up our schedule. Huh?
You said you want to put your money on it. Do you think we win though?
This Sunday, do I think we win? I'm not going to put any money on it. I hope we win.
So you think we lose?
I
think
don't
we
know.
win.
Okay, so the Bengals, they have really good safeties. I like Jesse Bates. I
Yeah.
think he's hella good. Awuzie is a dope corner, but the other corners, I don't really know who they are. They're kind of unproven, because I know they got Trey Waynes was out on IR. D-line, not too crazy in my opinion. We should be able to run the ball. They're thin at linebacker too. So this is a perfect opportunity to run the ball. Huh?
Wi-Fi.
What?
We should be able to run the ball.
But we're not going to. I know we're not going to, but we
Come on,
should be
bro.
able to run the ball. I know we're
Do
not
you
going-
think Carr can have a good game or not? This is what it comes down to.
if DC's gonna have a good game?
Come on, be realistic. We already figured this out. We know the running backs ain't gonna do shit. So is Carr gonna have a good game? This is what it is. It's either Carr's gonna have a good game or not, and then we're gonna lose.
If
This
Carr
motherfucker-
doesn't have a good game, we will lose. You're right. I will 100% agree with that.
This-
If Carr throws a pick,
I think he's gonna have a pretty good game, and I think the defense could hold them, could hold them to a reasonable score. I think we'll be able to get a dub out of this. Yeah.
yeah, and I think he has I think with Deshaun Jackson having a little more time too, hopefully he'll get more than 9 snaps. So that should make a huge difference, hopefully. And Jesse Bates, yeah, he's good. Awuzie is good. Waller should be able to eat because I don't think any of the linebackers could cover him, and there should be somebody else open if they have Jesse Bates trying to cover him or something like that. So I don't know. Yeah, he should be able to do something. It's just whether or not the O-line's going to be able to hold up. I mean, the Chiefs' pass rush looked better than I thought it was. Not going to lie, this past game.
I mean, what does that tell you? Like when you say that, it's like that because the offensive line is that bad.
Yeah, the offensive line is that bad. The offensive line has been bad. The offensive line has never been good besides against the Broncos.
Someone at my door. I'll be right back, man.
You'll be right back? All right. Anyways, guys, so Ed Hage, fashionably late here. What is up? Dude, how you doing? Warriors 24-11, what is up? Will they call holding when it happens to Max, William Merchant? I don't know, bro, but they should. It's been nasty out here how they're treating Max Crosby, right? Am I right? Let's see if I can pull up this schedule. One more like to get to 50. Chef B. Let's go. One more like to get to 50. Right on. Let's go. Let's boost us. Boost in the algorithm. Hopefully they call some holding on Max, dude. Somebody's got to do it. Somebody's got to do it. You need some sparkling bong. You know what? I think I might take a rip right now, actually. I finally come back where I'm not that high, so now I think I'm going back. Ray the Tape is joining us. Fun talking to him about the state of the team. What we think could happen. It's tough, man. We're like in the most like fucked spots compared to many franchises. Like I don't think many teams would want to switch places with where we're at right now. Because it feels like even if we do really well, even if we even make a little playoff run, we still might even clear the whole coaching staff and clear part of the roster. That's a possibility. That's what's so crazy, man. He's back in action.
Back in action. Yeah, man. So, you don't think we win this one? I think we can get this one. I think we can get this one.
I think we win this one, but I think I don't know. It's going to be weird because I think both teams are going to try to run the ball in the first half. So even though I think it's going to be like an offensive game mainly, I think both offenses are going to do well. That I think it's going to be a short game because there's going to be a lot of running in the first half because they got Mixon. Our team can't stop the run. If I was them, I would just run it with Mixon hardcore. If I was the Bengals. And if I was the freaking Raiders, I would try to run it because it's like they're thin at linebacker. And, their D-line's not really great. They're below average. Or their O-line. Yeah, the D-line. So you might as well go for it,
Yeah. We'll see. Yeah, we'll see what happens, man. I think this one in Vegas, right?
It's in Vegas, yeah.
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 I think we can get it done, man. I think we can get it done.
Score prediction, I will say 21-17 is what I predict. Bengals have a shot to get the win at the very end. Defense makes a play to let the Raiders hold on to the lead at the end of the game, 21-17. That's what I'm gonna predict. I'm just throwing it out there.
Yeah. I think we can get a good something like 31 to.
Why has Phylon disappeared? He's injured. He's on IR right now. He's got the banged up knee. I believe so.
Yeah.
Chef B.
Boy.
Phylon, man. I know that sucks, dude. I think he'll be back though. I have a feeling that he'll be one of those like quick IR returns or something. Hopefully. 28-24. Chef B. 31-24. Who needs to go off? Hopefully Drake. I like this comment. Hopefully Drake goes off. Because I was thinking about it, dude. He's the third highest paid offensive player. Second highest.
Yeah.
Because it goes Carr, then Drake, right?
Cole Miller.
Oh, Miller, you're right. So third, yeah. And then, like, what did he do? Like, he doesn't even get, like, snaps, really.
Yeah.
Santi James, did you see the tweet I sent you?
Man, we got a first-round pick in Jacobs. The hell we doing?
Well, dude, when we first signed Drake, I was stoked, kind of, but then I was like, well, what the hell is going on with Jacobs? Like, do people do that? I've never seen people do that, sign a freaking $9 million a year running back when you have a first-rounder who's a Pro Bowler.
Who's our best first-round pick?
Under Gruden?
Yeah.
You'd have to say Colton Miller, just because we have him. He's solid.
Yeah, by default, right?
I mean, you have to say, yeah. And you know what? He's a Gruden pick and not a Mayock pick.
I don't know. Maybe Reggie McKenzie had a little.
You know, Gruden didn't let Reggie McKenzie take. If he knew he was going to fire him anyways after 2018, you know, like Gruden didn't let Reggie McKenzie have a say, or he shouldn't have.
Yeah.
You know, that's what I would do if I was Gruden in that situation. I'm like, this guy, we're already going to fire him at the end of the year. Yeah. I'm not going to let him influence the picks, you know?
Yeah.
So I can see that. So outside of Miller, though, who would you say? You would have to say Jacobs. Because, you know, his resume, he still has the Pro Bowl years, you know?
Does he? What did he make, one?
2019, right? Yeah. Did he do one in 2020?
No, I don't think he made a Pro Bowl.
Really? I thought he got more yards in 2020. Because he got a little injured. No? So, okay, so between them, you can't say, I mean, I would have said Ruggs. You can't say Ruggs now. I would have said Ruggs.
He's a pick. I mean, it's like, I mean, you really can't say Ruggs now.
You can't say Leatherwood, obviously. But best pick of all time is Crosby, obviously. So you do at least say that. But he's not a first rounder.
Yeah. You know, the interesting question is do we have any elite players?
Do we have any elite players?
Yeah.
I would say we definitely have, I would say, 3 elite players at their position.
Who would you say?
So I would say 4. I would still say 4 because I would say, you know, I'd say Crosby, I'd say Carr, I'd say Waller and Jacobs because all 4 of them I still think, and maybe Renfro if you're specifically talking about slot. And that's kind of hard, you know. Like Renfro can compete with other slot receivers, but you know, there's not many teams that will even like care about that much. I don't know. But I would say at least them 4 because they could all start for other teams. Crosby can start for the team, Jacobs can, Waller, so can Carr. But I don't think that, and maybe Mullen, if he was back, or Hayward, actually.
Elite? No, bro. Mullen is not elite.
He's not elite yet. If he would have, I think he could have proven to be elite this year.
Jacobs isn't elite either.
Jacobs is still elite. He's a Pro Bowler. Hella team. The Niners would take Jacobs right now.
Did he make a Pro Bowl, bro? You sure?
Huh?
He made a Pro Bowl?
I'm pretty sure Josh Jacobs made a Pro Bowl, yeah.
Did somebody in the chat confirm? Was it last year?
First Pro Bowl appearance. Yeah, he made it in December last year. Because he quietly got more yards last year than 2019.
Okay. I mean.
But he had more attempts.
I want to say he's elite. I still want to say he's elite.
So you don't like Jacobs anymore?
I think he's a good back, but I don't think he's elite because I think when you say elite, there's only so many. There's like Christian McCaffrey, Alvin Kamara, um,
Nick Chubb,
Nick Chubb. Yeah, Nick Chubb.
Saquon when
No,
he's healthy.
healthy. Yeah, I was gonna say healthy Saquon Barkley, um, and who else is there? That's probably it. That's
Yeah,
all.
Zeke used to be. I don't know
No,
if I would say that
I
now.
never thought Zeke was elite. So,
But he was. Everybody thought he was.
he was a star. He was a
Yeah.
superstar. You know what I mean? He was pumped up, hyped
Oh,
up.
Derrick
He played
Henry.
for the Cowboys. I don't care what running back you put on the Cowboys. There, if you at least decent, you're gonna be considered elite just because you're on the Cowboys.
Yeah, like all the Jones and all the running backs. Yeah.
I remember they had I think it was DeMarco Murray. And
Yeah.
it's like
The Titan.
bro, no, it's not even elite running back will be good anywhere you put him.
Well, I still think a lot of teams would take Jacobs though, but he does feel more and more one-dimensional. Like he doesn't feel like,
Yeah.
the thing about Kamara and McCaffrey is like they could do everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What about I would say Dalvin Cook too.
You could say Dallas,
Dalvin Cook.
Dalvin Cook. Oh, yeah, Dalvin Cook. That's true. Yeah, he's elite, versatile too. Well, hey, Chaz Edwards, shout out to you, man. Becoming a member, supporting the channel, it really helps us out. And go support Raid the Tape too. You guys I'm sure all you guys know Raid the Tape. Most of these people are similar viewers who watch a lot of us different Raiders YouTubers. Go support your guys too. Raid the Tape was doing some film breakdowns earlier live, right? I was in class, but
Yeah.
I saw you doing that. That was pretty cool. Breaking it down. That's pretty in depth. A live film breakdown.
Yeah.
I haven't seen people do that.
It was fun, man, because it's because people will start saying stuff and then you'll watch the film and it's like, yeah, it's not exactly what you thought it was, huh? Because it's just people when someone starts a sentence with "I feel like" a lot of the times that means they're just basing it off of their emotion and they're not really looking at the the game.
Yeah.
And then also some people are a fan of the Raiders more than they're a fan of the game.
Oh yeah,
So-
totally.
So the fandom, they don't really understand the game, but they're a big time fan. See what I'm saying?
Right.
They
And
couldn't
so
tell
yeah.
you who the X or the Z was. They couldn't tell you what a B gap was. They couldn't tell you the covers. They couldn't tell you any of that stuff. They get to tell you who they like and don't like on the team, though.
And I feel like people like it's just an easy solution to say it's Carr.
Yeah.
Like if you just say it's Carr,
Yeah.
it's like then all the problems feel like they just go away,
Mhm.
But when it seems like it's not just Carr, then it's like wow, there's so many problems here on this team where like it might be like a few years till things really pop off, or even another year,
Yeah.
So I think
Well,
that's part of it for a lot of people too. But yeah, even me, I was initially kind of blaming Carr after the game, and then you were arguing with me in the chat, and then I watched the game again, and I was like, okay, yeah, like he did have some bad plays, but he's not why we lost the game at the end of the day. Like yeah, he didn't convert like 1/3 down. Yeah, he threw it up when he was going to get sacked anyways when the game was over, or there's already a 2-score game. But there was other shit going on. It was the O-line was garbage, and the defense, the D tackles, dude, we just need a D tackle.
Yeah, Quentin Jefferson was getting destroyed.
Yeah, I started watching that. Hankins, in my opinion, was getting held a lot because I was watching that and I kind of felt bad for him, but it looked like he was getting destroyed because he was getting held.
I do. I watch all of y'all and
That
JJ has a
Gruden
Pro Bowl
thing
under
is
his belt,
hilarious.
but I still think he's not elite.
I do. Okay, Fido, I do. I watch all of y'all, and JJ has a Pro Bowl under his belt, but I still think he's not elite. Chaz Edwards, appreciate you becoming a member and supporting us over here with this super by spitting that you also agree with Raid. Josh Jacobs not elite. I still think he's elite because I still think there's a lot of teams that would take him.
Okay, so
Well,
you would put him in
take
that league
25
group
mil,
with
we keep
Christian
him.
McCaffrey, Alvin Kamara,
If DC takes 25 mil, we keep him. Omar.
Dalvin Cook. Would you put him in that group?
I would put him in the Dalvin Cook group for sure. Because Dalvin Cook, yeah, he's a better pass catcher, but he's not that much of a better pass catcher than Jacobs, in my opinion.
So would you put him in the Alvin Kamara, CMC?
No, I would not put him there. No. Because that's like, okay, I guess elite. It depends what we mean by elite. If you're telling me
That's what I
top
mean
10,
by elite. That's what I mean by elite.
but elite,
That's what I mean by elite when I was asking, do we have any elite players? So I was kind of saying like those top tier.
top tier, yeah. I still think he's top tier. Like he's definitely top 15 and arguably top 10. And he was top 10 at a certain point too.
Nah, see, if you're not top 10, you're not elite, man. You can't. Okay,
okay.
half the league is elite.
Who?
You said top 15. That's half the damn league.
Okay, so we're gonna do a count. Shout out to you, Chaz Edwards, by the way, and shout out to you, Omar. Before we get into this DC question, we'll first try to let's name 9 running backs that are better than Jacobs. Okay, see if he's elite. So we got McCaffrey, we got Kamara, like we're saying, Dalvin Cook. I'll give you that. I'm blanking on some of the other ones we were talking about. Chubb.
Could you say their other running back is better?
I'm trying to think. So that's only 4. Kamara.
James Robinson?
Huh?
James Robinson?
Maybe. I think it's a stalemate. I don't think he's better. So that's only 5.
Bro, he's on the damn Jags and he's doing better than
Okay,
James.
that is true. He is on the Jags. Okay, all right. I'll take that back. This year.
Man.
At least this year, because he still doesn't have a big enough resume.
Last year he had a good season.
But Jacobs is still stacked more.
I think he was like top. He was
Can
a top
you
100
imagine
football
DC
player.
with the Saints? Oh my God.
Yeah, he was.
Also, what
Yeah,
happens
that's
with
true.
Dots and Honcho?
And he's still having a good year this year on that shitty Jags team.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Alvin Kamara, Nick Chubb, James Robinson, Dalvin Cook, Ezekiel Elliott, healthy Saquon Barkley.
Saquon Barkley. So you would take Zeke over Josh Jacobs?
Eckler.
You would take Eckler over Jacobs?
Yes.
No. Oh, come on. But
Yes.
he's a different style, but he's not better than him. Because
Yes,
Eckler,
I
he
would
can't
take
run
him.
up the middle like Jacobs. He
I would
can't do
take
no
him.
goal line. You have no goal line and hard nose running and interior running with Eckler and like instead of Jacobs.
We're putting Drake up the gut. What do you mean?
We're putting Drake up the gut because Jacobs is hurt. You know, he's hurt. That's why we gotta put Drake up the gut. And
Come on, man.
when
Jonathan Taylor.
huh?
Jonathan Taylor.
He's not better. He's good. He's not better than Jacobs though. I'm not gonna give it to him yet. Just because he burned us last year does not mean that he's better
Dude,
than
he leads the
Jacobs.
league in rushing.
Huh?
He leads the league in rushing.
He's got a dope O line. That's why the Colts have had.
Man.
I don't know.
I don't know.
So we did name like whatnot: Jonathan Taylor, James Robinson, Ezekiel Elliott, Dalvin Cook, Alvin Kamara, Christian McCaffrey,
Nick Chubb.
I
say Eckler.
You're saying Eckler. I'm not putting Eckler. I can't put Eckler. And then so we got
All right. What about Aaron Jones?
Aaron Jones. I'll give you that. He's got a great resume too.
What about Leonard Fournette?
I wouldn't give Leonard Fournette, although he is better than Jacobs. No, I think he gets paid more if he's better than Jacobs.
What about Joe Mixon?
We'll see. We'll see the Sunday. Joe Mixon is dope though. I'm not gonna lie.
What about
I pick
Najee
him up in
Harris?
Madden. What?
Najee Harris.
Najee Harris? No, bro, no. Okay, so
man.
there's at least 8.
You're-
There's at least 8. All right, so we got to get to this one. If DC takes $25 million a year, do we keep him? Yes, that's a steal.
That's a steal. I'd pay him more.
I pay him more because that's just like robbery, and there's inflation going on.
This is
With
so
how high
in the
gas
precious
prices?
voice.
I need $5 million more. Gas prices are high.
Oh, it's been bad. This is so we can hear the precious voice. Okay. All right. Shout out to you though, Omar. And Omar was saying, can you imagine DC with the Saints? Well, not this year because the Saints don't really have hella weapons, right? The Saints do. Okay, do the Saints have more weapons than the Raiders? You got Alvin Kamara.
Yes.
What's that little Jordan Humphrey? Isn't that one of their?
Jordan Humphrey?
No, who's the receivers?
Who they have right now? Kenny Stills, and they have Raekwon Smith.
Saints wide receivers. I haven't been. I watched the Saints last year. I haven't been watching them this year. Yeah, they have Stills.
Just the fact they have Alvin Kamara, they already have more.
No, we have Waller. I would take Waller and Jacobs over just Alvin Kamara.
Yeah, I would too.
Okay,
For sure.
So we have more offensive weapons than the Saints.
No, we don't.
We still do because the what? Deontay Harris.
Okay.
He's
Hold
kind
on.
of positional.
Hold on, bro. There's no way.
You don't think so? On offense, at least on offense.
No.
I'm looking at their depth chart right now. They got Kamara, Mark Ingram. That's good. Receivers: Traquan Smith, Kenny Stills, Marquez Callaway,
Traquan Smith, Marquez
Deontay Harris, and
Callaway,
Kevin White. Old school Bears
Deontay
first round
Harris.
pick. That's pretty dope.
Kenny Stills, Ty Montgomery, Kevin White.
I'm not
I mean,
saying
they
with
have
Michael Thomas because they don't have Michael Thomas. I'm saying without Michael Thomas. Do we have more weapons? Would you take our weapons if you're the QB over the Saints? Because you pretty much just have Kamara and a bunch of like B, maybe C receivers, you know? But you got speed with Deontay Harris.
I would take our weapons, yeah, for sure.
I would maybe just take ours.
Yeah.
It would be more safe, definitely.
Yeah.
But if they had a Michael Thomas, I'd take theirs. Then I'd take
Yeah,
theirs.
without a doubt.
Yeah, for sure.
Without a doubt. Alvin Kamara and Michael Thomas, like, but is Michael Thomas a top 10 wide receiver?
You know, it's like, I mean, I watched him when he was hot, but it's just been too long. He's been out for so long.
Yeah.
Like, I think he's even been, he was out like last year too, right? And so,
I think at the end of the season?
yeah, like, I mean, he's definitely not anymore. And when he was, you know, he's not a speedster.
Oh, yeah, Derrick Henry.
Oh, yeah, and Derrick Henry. Yeah, he's better, yeah. Ben Bad got to hear the precious voice, yeah. Should I keep that voice? So I have that robotic Asian woman reading the super chats when it pops up. I don't know if you could hear it, read the tape on your end, but the guest could hear it. And, yeah, I think I'm going to keep that going.
What is that, a robotic Asian woman?
Yeah, it's just like she reads it out. I'm trying to think.
Wait, are you Hispanic or are you Hispanic?
Yeah, I'm Hispanic. Yeah.
Oh, okay, you're Hispanic.
Well, yeah, I'm half white, half Mexican. All right,
Oh,
so
okay.
here we go. More comments. Somebody else, 541 Raider, Derrick Henry, Jonathan Taylor, Nick Chubb, Alvin Kamara, Dalvin Cook, Christian McCaffrey, James Robertson, Aaron Jones, Josh Jacobs. Okay, but on that list, okay, you remember Derrick Henry. See who we forgot.
I don't know. I don't know. Joe Mixon has
Joe
had
Mixon.
Joe Mixon's better. He's had a longer, better career on a shittier.
He's had a
football
longer
team.
career, yeah.
And if he's already had this career, then he's already proven that he's better than Jacobs. Jacobs would have to prove he's better than Joe Mixon.
But I would still take Jacobs over Mixon because I think Jacobs is just younger and can like, you know.
I wouldn't.
You still wouldn't?
I think behind the same exact line, no, Joe Mixon will eat way more. He's faster. He can run between tackles and outside tackles and catch the ball at the backfield. That's never been a question.
The first halfback toss, the fake,
Bro,
the fake dive.
He's on the Bengals, bro. He's just slept on. That's why. He
is slept on being on the Bengals, and he hasn't had a dope O-line. So that is true.
He's been there the whole turnover, and they still keep him.
I think he's still 25.
Let me see Joe Mixon.
Yeah, he is still 25. Yeah.
Bro, he slept on, bro.
No, that's right. He hella is. No, he's good.
Dude, he's getting like 5 receptions, 4 receptions.
Oh, and he got paid already. Okay, cool.
He's not getting that too. He's not really getting too many yards.
He's still good though. He's had like several years of being good.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
On
okay,
like
so
a hella shitty team.
His first year he had 600, 1100. Last year he had 430, and then this year he has 630.
That's pretty good then.
Yeah, that's pretty good. He must have just been hurt last year. I mean, obviously, but I think Joe Mixon slept on. But yeah, we get the point.
Wow. So Neek says if you're the QB, they got Sean Payton. That's an advantage over us.
Yeah, for
I'd rather
sure.
have.
Is Sean Payton a defensive coach though?
I think so, but you just have a better head coach over there. You know?
No, I totally agree. But I think that just attributes to like they've always had a pretty good defense. I think even now they still have a top 5.
Actually, he might not be a defensive coach because I'm pretty sure he's an offensive coach because I know he's got a similar offense to Gruden, and I do know that they have Dennis Allen, our former head coach, as their D coordinator, and you don't usually like spend money on an expensive D coordinator unless you're like an offensive minded head coach, you know?
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right.
But
who the hell is their DC? What's their
Dennis Allen, former Raider, bro. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Oh, it is Dennis Allen.
Yeah.
He has the goatee now.
Yeah, dude, he's changed since he was fired.
The Raiders changed him.
He was Carr's first head coach,
bro.
right?
They're the 7th ranked defense in the league.
We should have kept his ass. No, just kidding.
Bro, they have the 7th ranked defense in the league, bro. That's
Dang.
tough.
So what do you think? Some people are saying Del Rio comes back if we look for a new head coach next year. What do
Oh,
you think?
Dennis Allen. They had the 5th-ranked defense last year, and Dennis Allen was the DC. What the hell are we doing?
He's always been a good D coordinator. The defense wasn't too bad when he was even up with the Raiders.
We need to go get him as a head coach next.
Bring him back. 2012 to
Bring back
2014.
Gruden down. Bring back Dennis Allen.
Oh my God. His record with the Raiders 8-28.
Bro, but do you remember they said that they overrided him when he wanted Calvin Johnson and we went and got Jamarcus Russell?
It was him. No, it was the other guy. What's his name? Lane Kiffin, the
Oh,
USC
Lane
guy.
Kiffin. That was Lane
But yeah,
Kiffin.
he
Okay.
wanted freaking Calvin Johnson. Yeah, you're right.
Okay.
But I don't know who freaking Dennis Allen got to draft because I think we didn't have any picks because Hugh Jackson gave them all away. So I think Dennis
Oh,
Allen
yeah,
never.
Carson fucking.
Yeah,
my
for
gosh.
Palmer. Yeah. Old school Raider. Freaking.
Everybody's like, some of the people in the chat are like, "Who's that?"
Yeah, all these people. Yeah. Dennis Allen era. People are talking about
Carson
Dennis
Palmer.
Allen. Y'all are high. Dennis Allen
Carson
picked Carr
Palmer.
over Schaub. Hey, he made a good call picking Carr over Schaub. That's true. Who's the better
Good
running
call,
back for the
good
Raiders
call.
right now, Jacobs or Drake? I like this question. I still say
I don't know. In
I
the
say
offseason, I was damn near saying Drake was better. I ain't gonna lie.
but why? Why? Jacobs just went to the Pro Bowl.
Because Drake didn't have the same offensive line, and he had more touchdowns, and he was faster. So if he was able to get those same holes, he was gone, bro.
Yeah.
I just felt that way. He was bouncing from team to team. That's probably what's gonna happen to Jacobs next.
I think though that Drake and the Cardinals benefited a lot from the read option. Like, it's just why Gus Edwards on the Ravens has hella yards and he looks elite with the Ravens. It's because they fear Lamar coming off on the read option.
Drake did good with the Dolphins too.
Yeah, that's true. And he was doing more old school there.
And those were some bad Dolphin years.
Oh, wasn't it under what's his name? Gase? It might have been.
Oh yeah, I think it was. Yeah.
Yeah. Sean Payton, offensive mastermind.
Yeah.
Imagine what Dennis Allen could have done with
Carr
Mac.
went to the Saints, I think he would thrive, bro.
You what?
I think if Carr went to the Saints, he would do real good.
He would definitely have a dope defense every year. He would have a head coach who already knows him. He would also freaking.
I swear, bro. I feel like if Carr isn't with the Raiders, that's where he'll go. I was talking about that earlier. And I'm like, bro, I think that's where he would go. He would go to the Saints.
Why do you think he would go there? Because you think he would go there because he has a relationship with them, or you think he would go there? Huh?
I think it's just a good football match.
Yeah, because it's a similar scheme, as Gruden's offense. So if he's the perfect guy for that, yeah, hell yeah, he'd be way better than what Drew Brees has been or Jameis Winston on the Saints.
Because Carr is deadly accurate, and in that offense, they'll strive. He would strive. It was just like Drew Brees. He basically be Drew. I'm not saying he is Drew Brees, but he's deadly accurate. Carr is, and in that offense, they were just running a bunch of short plays. Not short plays, short routes. They had slant guard Michael Thomas. That stuff.
I still even Drew Brees in his prime. I still would take Carr over Drew Brees, whatever, just because Drew Brees has never been able to throw it that deep. You know what I mean?
So I agree.
And when he was older, it got even worse. But I feel like I've never really seen him as a deep passer ever. So I don't think it was just because he's older.
I wasn't gonna say he was better, but you opened up the door. So,
huh? Oh, you were gonna say that he's better than Drew
I wasn't
Brees?
gonna say anything like that. I was like, I ain't gonna open that door. There goes Wi-Fi Willie. He's all bow, bow, bow.
Well, who's he not better than? Who's Carr not better than? Is he better than Mahomes?
No,
he's not better than Mahomes, right?
no.
So Mahomes did a good job. Mahomes always struggled, I think, on passes on his first read and second read, and he's gotten better at that. Definitely.
Yeah.
But I feel like I just feel like Mahomes had all day to throw and Carr didn't. When I rewatched the game today, and that's just all I noticed. I'm like, all right, so his ass is chilling there. And it's not like he was juking people and buying time. No, he literally was just chilling there and maybe a slight move over here to get some more space. But it's not like he was being Lamar Jackson back there. He was just chilling,
Yeah,
And then Carr was just Yeah, sometimes he had some time, but most of the time it just seemed like, whoa, this guy's
Yeah.
about to get cracked.
Yeah, there was the play where he just threw it up in the middle of the field. The one where it went incomplete.
Oh yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
on that play, you could pause it, and Chris Jones is standing in front of him. Like Derek Carr standing there with the ball, and then you see Chris Jones standing in front of him because he beat Simpson that bad.
Yeah.
And then Carr just kind of like, oh snap, launches in, just kind of takes the hit and just throws it up. It's bad, bro. You gotta that line, man. That line is so embarrassing.
There was one moment, and I went back though, and I looked at the exact play, and I believe it was the drive right before halftime. There's about 1 minute left. We ended up punting, and it was 3rd and 8. And Carr did have time to throw. It seemed like everyone was covered, but Renfro was open. And he still checked it down to Richard. We picked up like 2 yards and punted. And then they had a minute left. And that's when they marched down the field and then missed the field goal, right? So I was kind of like, all right, now I see, like, it's not like Carr's doing this most of the time. Most of the time he's doing perfectly fine. He's super accurate. But there just are instances like that. Very few, but still huge, where like it was a big chance to get back in the game like hardcore. Where he it seemed like he didn't throw it to Renfro because he was afraid he's going to get cracked or something. And I think that's the stuff that people get pissed off about. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. I think would you say that the expectations for Derek Carr are realistic though?
I feel like it's a mix between Raider Nation. There's half of people who don't have they don't have high expectations for Carr, and they think that, you know, like anything he does is pretty great. And there's some people who have ridiculously high expectations for Carr. No matter what he does, it's not great enough, you know? So somewhere in the middle, I would say if he wants to get paid as like a franchise like QB, you know what I mean? Like if he wants to be considered better than Mahomes, you know, he is in a shitty spot. He's in a worse spot than Mahomes. He has worse weapons than Mahomes. He has worse favoritism from the O-line. He doesn't even have a head coach. Doesn't, you know, all kinds of shit, you know. But he still has to kind of do the impossible, you know, if you want to get paid fat stacks. So, you know, if he's going to continue to get paid maybe not elite salary, then there's a justification for keeping Carr in the future. Yeah.
I think someone would pay him, bro. I don't think it matters what the hell he does at this point.
So you think even if he keeps having games like he had the past two weeks, because it's not all his fault. So some of it's his fault out of frustration, but it's not all his fault. But some of it's his fault. If he keeps having games like the past 2 weeks and the Raiders don't make the playoffs, you think and the Raiders maybe let go of Carr or, you know, put him on the trade block, you still think he gets, you know, a $35 million a year contract?
Yeah, I do.
So which teams? Because the Saints wouldn't be able to. I don't even know if the Saints would be able to afford that. Maybe, I don't know what their cap looks like next year. We could say the Saints, but what other teams do you really see taking that? I mean, there's not that many teams I think who desperately need a quarterback right now.
Honestly, I see somebody. I think somebody would, just for the simple fact that we just seen the Rams trade their picks away for Stafford. If Stafford could be on the Lions doing shit, think about what Carr could get. Like, you got to think about it like that, man. Quarterbacks are not just out there. I mean, people keep thinking this, like, oh, you could just go get a quarterback. You could just draft a quarterback. But at the same time, man, it doesn't always work out like that.
Yeah, because look at Trey Lance with the Jimmy G and shit, you know?
If Kirk Cousins can go get signed by the Vikings, Derek Carr most definitely, and Jared Goff gets traded for some picks, Derek Carr is good. Someone's going to snatch him up quick. They're going to see the dysfunction. You think other football clubs are sitting back like, oh, he had a perfect situation, blah, blah, da, da, da. No, they're going to be like, oh, yeah, they're spoiling Derek Carr. We're going to go swoop him up if they let him go.
So, yeah, I mean,
Hold on. How much do you think we could get for Carr if we traded him?
What do I think we could get?
Yeah.
It depends how well he does the rest of the year. Now, just assuming he has like 2 really great games and then the rest average or below, you know, similar things to the past 2 weeks, you know, kind of average, below average at times, but it's not like 100% him, you know, still at the end of the day, it didn't get it done. If he goes on and has that, I still think we could get like, because the Colts got a 2nd round and a 3rd round for Carson Wentz. and I think it is one of those picks even bumps up. And the Dolphins are hungry for a QB.
The
The
Eagles
Saints
got
are
a second
hungry.
and third.
Huh?
The Eagles got a second and third.
What was you saying?
The Eagles got a second and third for win.
For when something like that. It wasn't a first though. I remember it was like a second or third or something like that.
Uh-huh.
I could even look it up, and if you guys want
Damn.
to check
So
that.
you think? Okay, go, continue.
So I do think we can get a first round and an additional pick, but it depends what the Dolphins think about Derek Carr, because I think the Dolphins are the only team that, it's just like they're one quarterback away from being a dope team, and they're
But why do you use Carson Wentz as a reference though?
because he's somebody who some people don't like. I think
about
Derek
Matthew
Carr is a better
Stafford?
QB than Carson Wentz. Don't get me wrong, because he's more reliable. He's going to start every game too.
Yeah.
So don't get me wrong about that. But
What about Stafford?
Stafford is very reliable too, like Derek Carr. He does not miss games.
But
From his long career.
is Carr better than Stafford?
Carr better than Stafford? Because of their styles. If they were both like more mobile QBs, because they're pocket passers, both of them are, who can extend plays, they both can. I still am going to give it to Stafford over Carr right now because he has a bigger resume. He has a bigger resume, and it's not like you
but
need
his stats are
speed with their
worse.
styles of play, huh?
But his stats are worse.
His stats are worse. But I think he's had a worse organization. I think the Lions have been worse.
Oh no!
I do think the Lions have been worse. The Lions have been worse than the Raiders the past
They've
5
had
years.
he's had better defenses, that's for a fact, and he's had better weapons.
Galladay, yes. In recent time, yeah. But early in his career, besides Calvin Johnson, I think no.
I mean, who did Carr have then?
Carr doesn't have great weapons. You're right. I'm not gonna lie. He's only had Amari Cooper. But 2017, Carr was loaded. We still need to figure out 2017. Nobody wants to talk about that year, because Carr got banged up a little bit.
He was coming off an injury, and we get a new offensive coordinator.
It wasn't a new offensive. It wasn't a new offensive coordinator like that. It was promoted in house. It was Todd Downing, right?
It was a new offensive coordinator.
Yeah, but it was like if Greg Olson
Someone
became the
got
offensive coordinator.
promoted, and another person got fired.
And then who got fired? Oh, Ken Norton Jr. Wait, who?
No, I'm saying Downey got promoted, but
Musgrave.
Musgraves got
Yeah.
fired. Yeah.
Okay, but still, it is confusing like that year, because he was loaded up, and I know offensive coordinator. So if offensive
Hold on,
coordinators
hold on.
could have that big of
What-
impact, then
What
we
do
need a
you
new one
consider
stat.
Loaded up? What do
Huh?
you consider loaded up?
In 2017, he was loaded up. He had Crabtree. He had Cooper.
Bro,
he had
bro,
Seth
this
Roberts.
is-
He had
this
Cordell Patterson. He had Marshawn Lynch. He had Jalen Richard,
Marshawn
DeAndre
Lynch.
Washington, Jared
We had-
Cook.
Bro, give me a break. We
Dude,
were
that's
not
a
loaded.
good offense. He was loaded up in
We have
2017.
never been loaded.
Huh?
We have never been loaded, bro.
2017 was you cannot
No,
deny
man.
in 2017 the offense was loaded. Yeah, we had
Okay,
problems
okay.
with Donald Penn at tackle,
Just
but they had really good weapons in 2017. People were
I don't-
hyping him
I
up
don't
before
know,
the
man.
year. They
I
were
think
saying
we
they
were-
might be
I
the new
think-
Patriots, and then
that
they
we were
tanked.
these new Patriots.
Huh?
Who was?
You could even find video on First Take, Stephen A. Smith, prior to the 2017 season, after we came off 2016, fucking Carr broke his leg. Then 2017 is like the offseason, leading up to the first game. Everyone's like, oh, the Raiders could be the new Patriots, because not only were they dope in 2016, Carr's back and healthy. They got more weapons, Jared Cook, Cordell Patterson, Marshawn Lynch. It seemed like we just loaded up on top of what we had in 2016. And so that's why people were so hyped. I felt like that, and I was hyped that year.
Was
And
that
then the
year with
Redskins
the
game
Washington
happens, we get our
game?
ass swept, and it's all downhill. What?
Was that the year with the Washington game?
Yeah, exactly. And we whipped the Titans when they had Mariota week 2. We beat them like 50 to something, and that's when Lynch is dancing, And then it seems like, wow, this is going to be the greatest year for the Raiders. And then it totally goes downhill, and we were loaded. The offense was so that's the year I'll always say Carr had a loaded weapons.
Yeah.
I will say that.
And what was our record? 7-9.
Huh?
We were 7-9, right?
2017, something like that. It was a losing record.
Yeah, we're like 7.
And then Del Rio gets fired in front of everybody. Yikes.
I
Gets
don't know.
fired, then
I
has to do the
honestly-
press conference.
Honestly, I don't think we're that loaded. I think we look back and we were doing good with what we have, but I don't think we're loaded, man. Loaded, because think about it like this: if we were loaded then what the hell is Dallas Cowboys now?
Yeah, that is, or the freaking Bucks or the Rams. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, we're not
come
loaded
on.
like that.
Think about it.
Of
This is
course
only
not.
a couple. This isn't too many years because we had Cooper, right? And you're saying we're loaded because we had Crabtree and we had Jared Cook and we had what has Jared Cook ever done without Carr? Ever since he left Carr, has he had?
Hey,
has
he
ever had
he
a
did
better
all right
year?
with the Saints, and he whooped our ass with the Chargers this year. He had the most numbers against us this year. Nobody could cover Cook.
That's against us, man.
It was against us. That's a little different. But no, he's not like he's old. He's old now, but he was like more in his prime then, you know?
Because think about it, when he came to us, he wasn't really like, come on.
He
What
had
was he
just
doing?
done well with what's it called? Rams. He did well with Rams and Packers, I remember. But they still let him go. They still let him go, so that's true. I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying because if Cooper and Crabtree is your number 1 and number 2, there's like 20 teams who have a better number 1 and number 2 than that. Maybe.
I'm just saying, because think about it. Also with Crabtree, Carr was making it work with Crabtree because what was Crabtree before and after? I mean, Crabtree wasn't as. I mean, think about it, bro. Like, who were those players after they left?
Yeah.
The only one was Cooper, and we kept them. Then we ended up trading them because of the new regime.
And now people are talking about how CD is better than Cooper, and Cooper might not even be the future with the Cowboys, you know? He's kind of becoming more of a number 2.
But he's still good. He's still a good quality wide receiver.
Yeah, he's still.
You know what I mean?
But I wouldn't
But
say.
that's my point. If we were loaded then we have to figure out what we're doing now. Like what are we doing? Like
So you think we have the worst weapons?
Balance.
You think we have the worst receiving core?
I'm just trying to figure out the balance, brother. That's it. I'm trying to figure out what we compare to because you said in 2017 we're loaded, but the Cowboys have a team with Lamb, Cedric Wilson, Michael Gallup, and Cooper, and Ezekiel Elliott, who we say is elite,
And
they got
Pollard.
Tony Pollard. So it's like, what the hell is that?
Hey, they still don't have a tight end though.
And you're talking about hold on. It's just, oh my god. But you're talking about Marshawn Lynch.
Okay, Lynch was overrated when he was with us. I will give you that.
Bro.
I think it was a little overrated, and I know people are gonna be pissed because they love Marshawn Lynch, but
They just brought him in because it was like it wasn't really PR move, but you know what I'm saying.
he was just trying to chill, and like it was like, hey, the first few games under Gruden though, he did really well. I will say that.
Yeah.
Like the Browns game, I remember when they went to overtime, he was killing it. But
But
yeah,
I
it's not
remember
like he was
him-
a top 10 running
Yeah.
back.
But if you say that's loaded, then that's where our mind's at as Raider fans, bro. That we think that's loaded as a football team. And that's terrible.
Coop and Crabtree and Seth Roberts and Cordell Patterson, you're loaded, bro.
And not only that, our defense was still 20th,
Defense was what?
still ranked 20th.
Yeah, it wasn't good, but 2016 it was decent, but
It was 20th. It was 20th in
Yeah.
2016 and 17. In both years, it was 20th. So the difference there again is if you know what I mean. Same thing now. Same problem we have now. So
I still think we have better receivers than maybe the Jags and the Jets.
So you think Chenault, DJ Chark? I think he's hurt though.
Chenault's hurt, right?
No, Chenault's not.
No,
Chark
Chenault's
is,
not.
I think. Chark. DJ Chark. So DJ Chark, Chenault. You think we have better weapons than that?
Do they have Westbrook too?
D.D. Westbrook? I don't think he's there anymore.
No, he used to. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think our receivers are better. I would take Edwards and Renfro and Zay Jones and Deshaun Jackson over that.
No.
We have more depth. We have more depth at receiver than them.
No. Bro, they could have gotten Deshaun Jackson. What the hell? You can't throw him in there. That's cheating.
Why can't I throw him in there?
Because they could have went and got him, but they have no reason.
Yeah, because they're tanking.
Do you think we're going to take Deshaun Jackson, keep Deshaun Jackson for long term?
Curtis Williams, I'm about to get loaded. Well, we were making a run, so that's why we got Deshaun Jackson. We're trying to make a Super Bowl run. Raid the tape. That's what we're doing this year.
Oh man, you can't use him. That's cheating. That's some bullshit. That was like a bullshit pickup that we had to replace our guy with.
Wait, so could I
Some crazy
include
quarterback.
Tyron Johnson? No, I'm just glad.
Yeah, you might as well because he's the next. Because everybody's gonna say he's gonna turn this thing around for us.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but well, okay, so maybe I think the Jags might have better number one,
I
number
mean, are
twos.
you seriously sitting here telling me the Jags is that the best we could do here? And we're
I know I'm
supposed
trying to
compete
find
with
another
that?
team.
And people want to go draft a quarterback, and the best quarterback that was drafted was Trevor Lawrence, right?
Yeah, and he's
And
not
we're
even.
arguing, and we're having a debate, a healthy debate here, of course, about who has a better wide receiver core. But they got Trevor Lawrence, the best rookie quarterback you could have possibly got in the draft.
And so you're saying that. So what are you trying to imply? You're trying to imply that Trevor Lawrence isn't that good, or that like
I'm just saying that obviously that there's problems outside of Derek Carr. That's what
out
I'm
of the
saying.
QBs? Yeah.
That if you brought in a rookie quarterback, we wouldn't even be winning this many games with this team we have right now.
So what about some people saying we would have more cap? There's a lot of people. I've heard a lot of people say that. Well, we'd have more cap, so then we can afford to go get these expensive receivers.
Carr currently in the last 2 years has been one of the cheapest quarterbacks in the league.
Yeah, the $20 million is pretty cheap for his.
Literally, his skill set versus cap hit is just it's lopsided right now.
If you get a rookie QB
Jimmy
in the first
Garoppolo
round, you
gets
only
paid
save
more
like
than
$10 million, right?
Bro, Jimmy Garoppolo gets paid more than him.
For real, does Jimmy G really get paid more than Carr?
Yes,
Oh,
bro.
shit.
You can't make this shit up, bro. Think about it. All the quarterbacks, if you were to put them in a tier, in a rank, if you rank them, he would probably be the cheapest one out of all of them. Ryan Tannehill just got how much?
Yeah, Ryan Tannehill got paid fat, but Tannehill is good, and he's a hella underrated. He's like
But
a
I'm
Joe
just-
Mixon
I'm just
to me
giving
too.
perspective
Where
on
people
how
don't give
much-
him credit. What?
I'm just giving perspective on how much they cost,
Yeah, that's true.
or how much how much this contract cost. Carr is getting paid pretty cheap,
No, he's a cheap deal.
and that's why we said earlier, 25 mil, we keep Carr. Well, damn, no shit.
Yeah, I mean that's a steal. I mean he wouldn't take that. I mean his agent
what
wouldn't
I'm
let him. His
saying,
agent would be
bro.
like, "Hey," his agent would stop him. Yeah.
Bro, think about it. If he wouldn't take 25 mil, if he wouldn't take 25 mil, are you saying that he would get paid more somewhere else, or he just wouldn't take that? Do you think he has the leverage to deny 25 mil from the Raiders? And if you think he does have the leverage to deny that because it's too cheap, then what are you saying?
I'm not saying anything about moving on from Carr or anything. I'm talking about what other people.
I'm not saying you. I'm just
You're saying the
making a
other,
point.
the people, because, yeah, I mean, if you're gonna rebuild, yeah, because you know what, like, why keep this guy around who's from all these old legacies and stuff, and
Yeah.
if you're gonna bring in a whole new staff, who knows if they're gonna use him, whatever. That's one thing, but 25 million, and especially if you're gonna stick with maybe a similar coaching staff or the same, or maybe a coaching staff that would be down with Carr, you definitely take him. Anything under 35 million is a good deal for Carr, I think. Yeah. So even if you pay him 30, 35, I still think that's a good deal.
I don't think he'll get over more than 35. I don't think he's gonna want more than 35.
Yeah, because that's the new rate. Like what he signed, because you've seen all these people sign new deals that are like fat. I mean, Jared Goff is getting.
Yeah, he was the highest paid at the time when he got signed.
Huh?
He was the highest paid at the time when he got signed.
Exactly. I don't think he'll do that this time though.
No. He'll probably get something. I don't think he's gonna want a lot. I'm telling y'all, if he stays with us, he's not gonna want a lot. He's gonna be able to make it team friendly.
But that was when Gruden. He said that when we had Gruden. That's when he said that. He didn't say that since Gruden's been gone. So I think it totally changes.
You don't think they keep him in the loop?
I think they keep him in the loop, but I'm just saying, when he said, "Hey, I would take a team-friendly deal," basically, I would retire if I wasn't a Raider. That was when he was assuming that his head coach was going to be there for 10 years.
Yeah.
That's when he was running under that assumption. Right. And Gruden was known as one of the most invincible head coaches. Mark Davis is never ever going to fire him ever, even if he loses. Yeah. So now that that's changed, maybe Carr's like, would he want to stay through some random coach or does he have an input on the next coach? Aaron Rodgers, you've seen him having inputs on who's the head coach when they got rid of Mike McCarthy. So maybe we see some shit like that. I don't know.
You see what I'm saying? I mean, but I don't know. And that's why I was asking about the draft picks when you said Carson Wentz and then Matthew Stafford. I think Carr still, regardless how the season ends, would still go for 2 first-round picks. Like
Two first round picks.
yeah,
So you think Miami or the Saints would do it? Because those are the only two teams I
Yeah.
could think of right now that would, boom, just do it for Carr.
yeah.
Maybe the Panthers, because they're not attached to Sam Darnold that much.
Maybe, I don't know.
Broncos.
He wouldn't. I don't think
We would never do that, but
personally, I don't think he would even go to the Broncos.
you've seen some. If he becomes a free agent, don't discount that. And especially if he wanted to stay and they let him go.
Nah, I think if they had like Von Miller, then maybe, because then there was like, but I don't know. Now it's kind of like the Broncos aren't the same, are they?
They're not the same, but I still think they don't have a good QB, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, that's the main problem.
Yeah. I think they would just be better off going to draft the guy or something.
Well, last time they drafted, they've never been able to draft a good QB. You got Drew Lock, Paxton Lynch. They're always trying to draft one, and they always screw it up.
Yeah. I mean, what about us though?
Huh?
Then we go draft the quarterback. What are the chances we just hit the nail on the head and we go get the next Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers? You know what I mean?
Yeah. So who was it? It was freaking Dennis Allen with Reggie McKenzie. Obviously, Reggie McKenzie had more power. He's the one who drafted Derek. No, he wasn't the one, or was he? Who drafted Derek Carr?
Reggie McKenzie was.
Yeah, right. And that was under
He
Dennis
drafted
Allen, right?
Mack in the first round, then he drafted Carr in the second round.
Yeah.
Go look at that draft. I think he drafted Mack, then Carr, then Gabe Jackson.
I know that draft, but I was just trying to figure out who the head coach was. If it was Dennis Allen, yeah, it was Dennis Allen. Okay, so I don't know if Dennis Allen had an impact, but we clearly made the right choice in 2014 by drafting Carr, because there's a lot of QBs you could have drafted, Bridgewater, Johnny Football, who ended up being busts. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But imagine if we had, I don't know, man.
So maybe we could do it again, but if we don't have a Reggie McKenzie though. So do you trust Mayock to draft a QB would be the question. I don't really like any of the QBs in the draft, too. There's nobody who pops to me. What are we going to get, Spencer Rattler?
I don't really like drafting a quarterback with like a top 5 pick. I feel like personally, if I have a top 5 pick, I'm trading it. I don't care what quarterback is there.
Well, the people who did the best, the Bears and the Patriots did the best this past year drafting for QB. Because they waited till like the 10th or the 12th pick, and then they freaking got QBs who are way better than Zach Wilson, then Trevor Lawrence, then Trey
Carr
Lance.
needs to go BC. I'm tired of everyone complaining it's getting old and knowing us will trade him for a bag of chips.
Okay, Omar just sent this chat, and we had the Asian voice read it, and I'm going to read it too, just in case he didn't understand. Carr needs to go, but because I'm tired of everyone complaining, it's getting old, and knowing us, we'll trade him for a bag of chips. Bro, I think we should have got more out of Trent Brown when we traded him away recently.
This is true, bro. I can see us trading Carr for like a 30-year-old defensive back and like a 28-year-old declining wide receiver in a 3rd-round pick or something stupid.
Dude, if that happens, bro, people are gonna flip. They can't do it. People are gonna flip. So, and I could see us doing it because, like I was just saying, Trent Brown is starting for the Patriots right now, and he is playing hella good. Like, and what did we get? Like a 6th round or 7th round pick? We swapped picks, I think. We should have got at least a 4th rounder for that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's pretty whack. And they would have paid it. They would have paid it, huh?
I think that was just more of like contract related. Like they wanted to get out the contract.
Yeah, they got out the contract by doing that, but because they knew that they were helping them out, and then they knew that they might release them anyway too, so they had leverage there.
Yeah. I don't know, man. What about the offensive line now? Let's talk about that for a little bit, because why isn't the rushing game working?
I just feel like Andre James, John Simpson, Brandon Parker, Leatherwood, I feel like they had good games against the Eagles and the Broncos, and then people kind of just forgot that the whole entire rest of the season they haven't been good at all. They've been like they're the worst graded offensive line outside of Miller. All like our center or right guard and right tackle, worst PFF grades, worst stats, worst like amount of pressure. It's like in every category, they're always like top 3, top 5 worst, you know? So I don't know what's going on. I mean, I just think that's why I'm saying you can't pin it all on Jacobs, because it doesn't seem like there's just holes wide open. When there have been some good runs, like in this past game, it's when they're not in I formation, single back. So I feel like that's a thing too. But there's also one thing that we also are just losing in every single game. So I feel like we end up just not running the ball, even in general. You know what I mean?
That's the point, but offensive line just sucks.
They just suck.
They just suck.
But I don't think they would have been much better. I mean, like people, I don't know. Do you think they would be much better with Rodney Hudson and Gabe Jackson?
Yes, much better.
You think just without a doubt?
Without a doubt,
because they haven't looked great this year, right?
I think it's a huge difference. You're taking 2 guys from that's been on the same team and then taking them and put on 2 different teams. You know, yeah. I think with Cole Miller, Rodney Hudson, and Gabe Jackson, having Alex Leatherwood, that's going to help a lot. Having Rodney Hudson and Gabe Jackson next to you, these 2 have been together for a long time. The experience. Rodney Hudson still has the mental aspect of the game as well. Yeah. Now you're pinning it. Now we're assuming that the offensive line can. What's that word? Imitate those same, you know what I mean? The same look. And I don't think they are, and I think that's the problem. We're not getting the same blocks. Alex Leatherwood and Brandon Parker will be blocking the same guy, and then Cole Miller will be blocking nobody, but there'll be a free edge rusher. And it's like, what are you guys?
Oh yeah, I saw that on that blitz, right? Wasn't that what you guys are talking about that today? The blitz pickup that Carr tried to point out, and then. Yeah, wasn't it James didn't block anybody on that play?
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. They're not. I'm like, what are y'all looking at? Who are y'all blocking? Who's the leader? Think about it like this, Wi-Fi. Who's the leader of that offensive line?
Colt Miller.
Is he a leader?
He's too young, I think, still to be a leader. Really, you know.
Is he rich? Could he be a leader like Richie Incognito?
Oh hell no, bro! There's only one Incognito.
Okay, but could he be a leader like Rodney Hudson?
Maybe.
No, definitely.
No,
not,
Rodney Hudson's a pro. Like he probably will go to Hall of Fame. Yeah.
Yeah, he's going to the Hall of Fame, bro.
Yeah,
he's a professional, bro. Like, you can't replace that, and that's what I keep trying to tell people. We didn't take these players and say you're good enough. We're gonna play you. That's not what we did.
Yeah. We just saved some money. That's all we did.
People need to realize this, man. We didn't take the players and say, you're good now. Andre James, you're good now. We're going to get rid of Rodney Hudson. No, Gabe Jackson and Rodney Hudson found their way out, like basically forced their way out, right? Now we had to bring these other guys in. It wasn't like, oh, we had the idea. It was on our own accord that we're going to trade you, get some value, and then bring these guys up we think are good, and that can start. No, that's not what happened, man. And people keep trying to act like that's what happened. It's not the case.
That was one thing that I thought was weird, yeah. Because I wasn't posting that many videos back then when this happened. You know, I was just kind of starting out. And I don't know, I think maybe you had been on, or I don't know. I think you were starting out too. But when they demanded to be released, you know, Hudson and Gabe Jackson, like I feel like there wasn't much talk about like why. Like I still don't know why. Obviously, they're not going to say anything like, "Oh, I think this team sucks," or like this.
No, it was because Gabe Jackson, they wanted him to restructure, and he said no, so they were going to trade him. And Rodney Hudson was saying, "If you're going to trade him, then I want to go too."
Oh, so Hudson left because we got rid of Gabe too.
Yes,
and Gabe has had a lot of injuries, so it probably felt bad for him for us trading him too.
Not only that, we had to bite the cap on it, trading Hudson.
Yeah, because we were eating dead money for that still this year. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No, I saw that the other day. I was like, wow. Man. No, so that did kind of screw us. Because I think they were going to try to let him get released, but he probably wouldn't restructure, so they just traded him.
Yes. It wasn't, bro, I'm telling you. This wasn't – people keep acting like this offensive line was some strategic plan and we're younger, faster, and cheaper. Motherfucker, we still paying for the dude playing on the other team. How is it cheaper?
It's not – yeah, it wasn't a good parting on our part.
Think about it.
But we also didn't get that good of a draft kick for Hudson. We only got like a third rounder, right?
Yeah, we didn't even get good picks. So you trade those 2 guys away. You don't really get that much value, but you're forced to trade them. So now we have backup starting, and people were trying to paint this picture like it was all planned. No, it wasn't. So now we have Andre James starting. We have Who was it? Good starting, which I didn't have a problem with that.
I
So,
thought he
but
was great. Yeah, yeah.
we go get a right tackle on Alex Leatherwood. Richie Incognito was supposed to be back. Good was supposed to be back, and now it was only supposed to be Alex Leatherwood and Andre James.
Yeah.
But now it's 4 offensive linemen. 4. People don't realize that. We have Brandon Parker starting at right tackle. He was the backup. He was the backup to our just rookie first. Our like, bro, we would have
Yeah.
never
We did not like
drafted
Parker
Alex
for a while.
Leatherwood
Yeah.
if we knew Brandon Parker could start at right tackle. Like, think about that.
No,
People don't
totally.
even think about that. Like, come on. We technically Brandon Parker is like a third string right tackle. Like,
He is, yeah, because sometimes we would have Good slide to right tackle. You know, and then, well,
Good.
that was when he was getting banged up too in 2020. But yeah, if we did have Incognito and Good, I do think it's a radically different offensive line. Maybe we wouldn't be complaining as much, you know? We'd probably be like, oh, you know, running the ball a little bit more and whatnot. But Incognito, I feel like the coaching staff should have known and been more honest with themselves that he wouldn't be ready, you know?
yeah.
Because if he hasn't played a snap yet. So it's like, how did you not know that in March? You know? That
Yeah.
doesn't, and maybe that's what we were planning, just to bring him back in December or something like that. But it seems like he's not going to play at all this year.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what that is, man. We
That
went
was
and drafted
weird.
Morrissey. You drafted Morrissey for some reason. That center.
In the 7th, yeah, that was like for no reason, it felt like.
And I don't know, this offensive line though, it's just funny how they just think about it like this. Our offensive line was Trent Brown, Gabe Jackson, Rodney Hudson, Richie Incognito, and Colton Miller, bro. That is a stacked offensive line.
Yeah.
I give it that. That's stacked. You know what I mean? When we would have that offensive line in, we would win games, like without a doubt. We
We
would
just
run
didn't have
the ball,
receivers.
everything. So now you think about it, dude. We took Alex Leatherwood, who's our right tackle, first round pick, move him to guard. Andre James, John Simpson, and Brandon Parker. Like, this is a bad offensive line.
Yeah,
Terrible.
it's below. I mean, yeah, I mean it's
They're all in-house.
rated the worst. Yeah,
They're all in-house also. These are all Tom Cable guys.
it's weird, man, because Tom Cable looked good in 2020 because he had Sam Young fill in, still do good. He had Simpson fill in, still do a good job, but it was just those two people, you know. And even Simpson still struggled last year.
And who are the rest of the starting O line though?
Pro Bowl talent, you know, Trent Brown, Rodney Hudson, Gabe Jackson, yeah, Colton Miller.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. If you would just take Alex Leatherwood, put him at right tackle, keep those guys, yeah, we would look way better. Alex Leatherwood would look way better. He didn't literally have coaches to the side of him. Now Alex Leatherwood has a shitty right tackle in Brandon Parker, who's barely even started.
Yeah,
And Alex Leatherwood is probably better than Brandon Parker. And then you have Andre James, a first-year center who played right tackle in college.
yeah.
Like,
Colton Miller's friend.
Colton Miller's friend. You know? And then you bring in Simpson. So
Yeah, it's a freaking young offensive line.
yeah.
So the oldest guy on that line is probably Colton Miller.
Yeah, it is. Either him or Brandon Parker.
Or Brandon Parker, yeah. Him and Brandon Parker,
You
yeah.
know, I think they came out the same draft.
Yeah, they're the same one.
Yeah.
Wow.
But they're all in-house guys, all Tom Cable products and developments. And at this point, though, man, I think they might keep this group.
You think
I think they
so?
might keep the group, yeah. I think because they're all in-house, and I think that's why they're starting all of them so they can get this experience together, and they could grow as a unit, and then they're going to push forward with this team. Maybe replace one if it gets out of hand. But
Well, Brandon Parker for sure.
I think they really want to keep this team, this unit right here together, this offensive line unit.
Brandon Parker's the one who they have no ties to. Right?
You could say that. I would say
Yeah.
that. I would say Brandon Parker would be the first one to get the boot, but Alex
Simpson.
Leatherwood. It's just interesting because Alex Leatherwood's a right tackle, right? That's why we drafted him, but we moved him to guard. So is that going to be his permanent spot? You know, or we? I feel like it might be because we've been playing him there this long now.
Yeah, I don't understand. Yeah, because why would you? If you change it next year, then you just wasted all kinds of time. It feels like.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
think, and another thing is, I think they knew. I think they had an idea in their mind that if we get this guy and he doesn't work out our right tackle, we're going to immediately put him to guard. And
Yeah.
I think they had an idea like that already in place.
And
With
Gruden's
this,
the one who did it, right? I mean, it was under
yeah,
him. Yeah.
yeah. So I believe under the circumstances as well, good went down. They didn't expect that. So I think it was just it's weird, you know. So I still question about that. Will he go back to right tackle or will he stay at guard?
Yeah, who knows? And I don't know. They can get rid of Good too because they already paid him his dead money next year, so he's in a rough spot where he'd be like. I think he has a similar deal to Andre James, where it's like $4 million, cap space you can clear up. He was doing really well, but he did tear his ACL. Incognito, I think he's done no matter what. Even if he comes back and plays, he's got to retire or something,
Yeah.
Which, yeah.
And that's why I don't understand why we got Morrissey because I thought we were going to draft a guard. Personally, I was like, okay, let's go get a guard. Let's go get a guard. Let's go get a guard. And we didn't. And I was like, what are we doing?
Well, it seems like we liked Illuminor more than Morrissey.
Oh, yeah.
So maybe that could be the thing. But Illuminor, I mean, I don't know what happened to him. There was hype around him, his first few games. And then it just like, nope, we're moving Leatherwood to guard. Parker's in. No more Illuminor.
I guess he had like run blocking issues, but in my mind, I'm thinking he's a better pass blocker than them. That don't make sense.
Does Mayor
Yeah,
Kyle
that's
next
true.
tape
We
say
still have
who
run
you
blocking
think
issues.
it
That's my
is?
point. Like we still have run blocking issues now. Like you might as well keep him in. He's better at assignments. He played for the Patriots, so that automatically makes him better offensive lineman.
Yeah, if we're going to be one-dimensional anyways, screw it. You know what I mean? At least have the pass-blocking guy in there.
Exactly.
King DJ, does Mike Mayock hire next head coach, and who do you think it is? We were kind of talking about that a little bit earlier. There's the two scenarios, right? Either we go to the playoffs. What happens next? We don't go to the playoffs. What happens next? Raid, you said you think no matter what, we have a new head coach.
Yes.
And you think no matter what, no Bradley, no Olsen.
No, I don't say that. No.
No, you don't say that. So maybe just a new head coach.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that is.
When I say that, I'm saying it's not going to be Bisaccia.
It's not Bisaccia.
Nah, he's not going to be our head coach next year. There's no way. If he is, we're fucking stupid.
I think that this Gruden lawsuit shit's in the background. Dude, people don't realize, like, Mark Davis might have to testify in court. Like that is very likely going to happen, if Gruden doesn't just settle and take money. That is a, 80% chance will happen. So I think he's just going to chill for one more year. And so that's a possibility no matter what happens. Just keep the same guys, even Bisaccia, and roll another year. It's kind of like a contract year, bridge year. That's a possibility too, because it seems like there's just too much shit going on with this team.
So you think Mark Davis would basically just put the team on idle, is what you're saying?
It depends how well they do. Now, if they make the playoffs, there's an argument to say, well, let's just do it one more year. And it's Carr's contract year. We got to make decisions on all kinds of people like Crosby, Jacobs, Farrell, Abram. Because 2022 is the contract year for everybody, even Unique Ngakoue, Mullen. So you could just say, let's just extend what we're already doing, and then if it fails, then we just part ways with hella talent. Then again, you miss trading talent because maybe next year you do trade Farrell or you do trade Abram. I don't know. There's some of that could be considered too.
I mean, we'll see, man, because we have a lot of talent we need to get. We need a lot of talent. We need a lot of defense. We need some defensive talent, defensive tackle. We need linebacker. We need safety still. We need offensive line help. We need 2 wide receivers. I keep saying this. We need 2 wide receivers.
We should draft
we need
3.
a wide receiver 1, blah, blah, blah. No, we need 2 wide receivers.
No, and we need to draft a return specialist instead of some of our best players just getting cracked and honestly not being that good at kick return and punt return. There's no when you punt it to the Chiefs, there's somebody out there and you're scared that they might run it back. I don't feel like that happens with our team. Drake returning kicks, he's not fast enough to really scare special teams. You know.
Yeah, exactly.
And even Renfro. I love Renfro, but he's only going to get 10 yards.
Yep. Nobody's scared of Renfro returning punts either. So,
but sometimes he can, do some jukes and get 10, 20 yards. But it's it's not that take it to the house.
Yeah, he's not gonna. You're gonna catch him from behind.
Yeah. Well, we've been having fun on this chat
Yeah,
for a
man.
long ass time.
I can't see nothing. I can't see the chat. I can't see the time. I can't see.
You couldn't see the. Yeah, we answered the question. Who the next head coach who do we think it is? No, we don't. I personally don't think they're going to hire another head coach next year. If they did hire a new head coach, I don't know. I think it's too early to tell who we think it would be. Mark Davis, I don't know. I don't know if he's going to go for somebody younger. He's done that before. I think it depends heavily on the GM whether or not Mayock's even there. And
I think Mayock stays here. I don't know. Can you see Mark Davis? Because do you think Mark Davis? I know we've been on here for a while. This has probably been our last question. Do you think Mark Davis has like the? I want to say he's not hip to the football stuff, but do you think he brought in Gruden because he could take care of all the football stuff instead, so he doesn't have to like getting Mayock, going to get Bradley, or going to get Paul Gunther, right? Um,
yeah.
just Gruden getting his guys, like we always say. We say Gruden always getting his guys. Do you
Well,
think that Mark Davis went and got Gruden because he could do that? Because Mark Davis really isn't going to be in tune with all of that?
I mean, I totally think that, dude. I think Mark Davis is like not like his dad. He's not a freaking football nerd. He seems like a partier. You know what I mean? Like he
Yeah.
looks like going out and like having some, cocktails and
Yeah.
eating at PF Chang's and like hitting on chicks. Like that's what he looks like.
Yeah.
And so I think, yeah, and think about it, dude. Last year, remember how he said, "Oh, he's not going to go to any game to show solidarity with the fans."
Yeah.
What the hell is that shit? I'm not going to any game to show solidarity with the fans. We don't give a shit if you go watch the game. You're the owner,
Yeah. I
Like,
need you to watch the games.
yeah, I think he just didn't want to go because he didn't want to have to be there to watch the game.
Yeah.
I really do think maybe like he is like that. Like it could
What
be.
what what happened? I can't see no more.
You can't see me? Oh, okay. I tried to share the chat at the same time, but I guess it didn't work. All right, it's all good.
No, I can't hear you now.
Oh, you can hear me now?
No.
You can't hear me?
I can see you because I'm reading your lips. But I can't hear you.
What about now? What about now? What about now?
No, let me see. Hello?
Yo. All right. Well, can you guys hear me?
Yo.
Testing.
What happened?
Can the audience hear me? I'm gonna try. Let me see. Well, had a little difficulty there. Don't know. So the audience could hear me. Raid the tape can't hear me. He disappeared, but he's back now. Let me just test. Yo. Can you hear me? Raid the tape.
Yeah.
You can hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'll copy the link and put it back.
Yeah, but for sure, like you were saying, Mark Davis is probably a partier, man. So that's gonna like I don't know, that's why
I don't think
somebody
he
Gruden-
super cares about the team that much. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think now it's gonna be hard because he's gonna need a football guy to take over everything. So this is just a theory, of course. This is just a theory, you know what I mean? I don't really know how these people think. I don't know how they really are. I don't know how they really feel or know.
Yeah.
But
Educated guess.
as far as Mark Davis, keeping Mike Mayock is his best bet.
It's his best bet.
Yeah. Unless he could find not great football mind, but unless he could find a football mind that can take over the organization and start handling the stuff. I don't know. I feel like Gruden was taking care of that stuff. This is Mike Mayock's first time doing this kind of stuff, He had Gruden there to help him. He's never ran an organization. He's never built a team. So
Yeah. I also think how many GMs do you think would want to take this job? I mean, this team's like, there's just so much bullshit that happened this year. Like maybe a lot of people would be kind of scared with the job so maybe you give it to somebody like Mayock. The only people who would take it, maybe people who are like up and coming GMs, not necessarily like, ones with a big resume.
yeah, I mean, what if a guy like I don't know. I'm just thinking about people like a Tony Dungy.
As a head coach.
No, like say he wanted to come in and he said, "Oh, well, I'll be the GM."
I think you consider it. I mean, if somebody's that high profile and wants to put their hands on it, and I think we're kind of desperate right now because we've just had a lot of bad PR.
Yeah,
You
I think
know,
it would. I think it would take a lot. I think it would take a lot, like something big, something drastic like that. You have to be like Tony Dungy. I can't see us. I don't know, because what would it be? Mike, we keep Mike Mayock, and then he go gets Byron Leftwich, or he go gets what's his name, the dude in Dallas, the OC there, Kellen Moore, I think his name is.
yeah. I don't know. It depends on what Mark Davis wants to do. It depends how like he feels. He's
Yeah,
definitely not going to put in big money like on a head coach because he just spent big money on Gruden.
yeah,
So I don't think he's going to be shelling out like a big bonus and stuff like that.
yeah. Dang, that's true, man. Because I want Harbaugh.
Yeah, but all those guys, they're going to want Gruden money.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying, and
Yeah.
I agree with you. That's why it sucks because I want Harbaugh, and we won't get him because he would ask for a good amount of money.
And they all probably deserve it too, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah,
But like Dungy would want hella money, you know? People talking about that and you're talking about
yeah.
that. So it's probably going to be some like young up and coming head coach,
Like a Kellen Moore.
something like that.
Yeah,
But
yeah. All right, man. Appreciate you bringing me on, bro. It was fun.
yeah, I'm about to sign off too. Thank you for coming by. Uh, Shout out to Raid the Tape. Follow his stuff, subscribe, watch all his shit. He always has great content all the time. Peace out, bro. Hope to see you
All right,
soon.
man.
Hit me up, and hopefully
Yeah,
we
for
win
sure,
this
man. We'll
Sunday.
do this more often.
Yeah, dude, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, man. See you.
Peace. Well, everybody, it's been fun. You know, I got pretty stoned in the first half. I almost lost it. Had a little trouble breathing. Then I got it together. I think I got it together. Had some water. now I'm doing a lot better. We only had a little bit of technical difficulties today. Much better than previously. But Pinche Raiders, Abel Gomez Jr. I think you're summarizing the mood of this week. Pinche Raiders. Just make Gus the head coordinator. I had the hand on the hip. That's how you know I'm too high is when I do the hand on the hip because I'm trying to breathe in a little bit better. And yeah, only happened a little bit. When I started talking to Ray the Tape, it calmed me down. Well, thank you guys for joining 420 Football Talk. I'll be live on Monday, and I'll also be live this Thursday. So I think I'm going to do Monday NFL Nightly News at 6 p.m. and then Thursday 420 Football Talk. Try to keep doing that every single week. Keep you guys informed with some uploaded content. Be on the lookout for that. So make sure to like this, man. Subscribe, and all y'all have a good one. Hopefully we win this week, man. But have a good one.